yourself or your business today. Visit firstcarolinabank.com. First Carolina Bank. Member FDIC.
Today, 1 in 5 working-age Americans has a mental health condition.
People in all types of jobs and at all levels.
And the key to helping us succeed is a supportive and inclusive workplace.
All of us have a role to play in making that happen.
So what can I do to help?
As a CEO, I can set the tone for supportive culture.
As a manager, I can offer assistance and accommodations.
As a coworker, I can listen and be a source of support to my colleagues.
As someone with a mental health condition, I can ask for what I need to perform my best.
I can offer all employees the supports they need to deliver on the job. For the team
and for the business.
What can I do?
What can I do?
What can I do?
I can remind others
that we all benefit from workplaces that promote good mental health.
Mental health-friendly workplaces are more important than ever.
And all of us have a role to play in promoting them.
Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
What is dedication?
My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much. From the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night and every moment in between. I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Getting hurt in a car wreck comes with all kinds of stress and frustration. But when you call me, I'll be on top of all of it. So all you need to worry about is getting better. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Mostly cloudy skies to begin with, but late this afternoon we may see a few breaks in the clouds. Looking at a cold front coming through, but ahead of it, it's warm today, 76, which would break the previous record high of 75. And just a small chance of a shower or storm with that front. 51 tonight, and then tomorrow's a bit cooler at 62. We'll have scattered showers on Saturday, but Sunday is trending a lot wetter with an 80% chance for rain.
3 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones up 135 points to 49,530.
Now the outlet for Evans on the right sideline. A drive on Porter. Step back. Count it. A long two for Isaiah.
Minor strip by Trimble in transition. Tar Heels going the other way. Trimble has Bogomats with him, but he's going to go to the cup and scoop it home.
The outlet pass for Keller, a defenseman. Nice move. Cuts to the net. Score! Megan Keller, the overtime hero. United States wins gold and blood.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. On a Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Tim Donnelly, Dennis Cox producing the show. We've had a lot of fun this week with the overtime hockey that we've enjoyed from the Olympics, from all the way there in Italy. We're going to enjoy some more today. Men's team, puck drop, about 9 minutes. We also have some really good college basketball, which I know you all enjoy this weekend. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. This starting with the Big 3 at 3. Number 1. The United States taking on Slovakia from Italy.
Let's go.
Semifinal match, semifinal game, which means the winner advances to the gold medal game this weekend, where they will face Canada. Canada pushed to the brink earlier today by Finland, but they did end up with the win. dramatic. As we've done the last few times, there's been these games kind of intersecting with the show. A game that starts at 3:10. Our show starts at 3. We've used part of the first 10 minutes to make it a competition because everything's a competition with me. Dennis and I will now draft goal scorers. Last game, I did win. It was the overtime game winner for Quinn Hughes, made it 1-0. It was a low-scoring game. Perhaps there will be more fireworks today or not. Either way, Dennis, 3 picks each. As the returning champ, I will allow you to have the honors. You can have first pick. It'll go you, me, you, me, you, me.
Well, I'm going to go with actually my first goal scorer, first period. Give me Jack Hughes.
All right.
I think Jack Hughes actually gets on the board.
Jack Hughes.
Yep.
Off my board. I'm gonna stick with a guy who he's getting points, but he hasn't made me too much on these drafts. Give me Austin Matthews.
Right.
The captain is going to be my first round pick.
Jack Eichel, next pick for me.
All right. This is my first goal scorer prediction, by the way, for everybody out there. Tage Thompson.
Final one for me. I'm going to go off the beaten path. Give me Zach Werenski, the defenseman.
All right. And my final pick worked so well for me last time. My third-round pick was Quinn Hughes. I'm going back to Quinn Hughes, American hero. All right, so my 3, Quinn Hughes, Tage Thompson, Austin Matthews. Dennis, you rolled with Jack Eichel, Jack Hughes, Zach Werenski. That is where we stand at the moment, and obviously if any of them score, we'll be jacked up and excited because it's Team USA, but then we will get into our competition and talk some trash between each other because that's what you do. Either way, that game's starting up in about 6 minutes now as we inch closer. It is Slovakia. It is the United States of America, men's ice hockey, as the men try to match their women's team counterparts who got the gold yesterday. And we'll update you on medal counts and everything as the entire show goes along. That is number 1 in the big 3 at 3. Let's get to number 2.
Number 2.
There's a really, really big basketball game tomorrow as far as non-conference college basketball games go in late February. If this were, what was it, last year was Illinois, and Duke faced Illinois at this point in the season, and Illinois was injured, they were banged up, and it still was, I think, a really good game for Duke for preparing them for the postseason. They are not catching an injured Michigan. They are catching a wagon of Michigan. And that's really the only way to talk about it. Right? They are an absolute wagon. And so is Duke. So it's a bit of like, it's not even, the cliche is always the unstoppable force against the immovable object. I think this is just kind of 2 unstoppable forces on a head-on collision. They're more similar than they are different, aside from one very specific fact. Michigan has I think it's number 2 scoring offense in the country, up over 90 points per game. Duke has one of the best defenses. I think it's 4th best scoring allowed defense. And I have them all my numbers. I don't know why I'm trying to remember these off the top of my head. Here we go. Michigan has the 4th highest scoring team in the country at 90.6 points per game. Duke allows the 3rd fewest points per game in the country. So it's perhaps the best offense in the country against perhaps the best defense in the country. Neither slack on the other side of the ball as well. Michigan allows the 61st fewest points. Duke scores the 48th most points. So, again, like I said, unstoppable force against unstoppable force, and height against height. These are 2 of the tallest teams in the country. It is a really fun late season non-conference matchup, which can get these 2 teams prepared for postseason play. It's also one of the last times a conference can make a statement. We're going to talk a lot, obviously, as we always do when it gets closer to Selection Sunday, how many ACC teams get in, which conference is the strongest, which deserves to get the most in. Well, if your, big bad bully beats their big bad bully, it makes your conference seem so much stronger, right? It makes that win for Carolina seem so much better. It makes anybody that has any kind of a good performance against Duke, that now counts as such a much better loss. So in a weird way, Duke is going into this game knowing that there are lessons that need to be learned, experiences that need to be gained for them to individually as a team have success. But as an ACC kind of supporter, you're looking at it going, yeah, I want our best to be better than their best. So if it comes down to like the ultimate tiebreaker, right, the bubble teams that seem absolutely identical on paper, maybe that win will be like, well, the ACC is a little bit better than the Big Ten this year. And you remember that Duke-Michigan game not too long ago. It's like a statement game that we're not used to getting because these big non-conference late-season games are so rare. Not to mention, and I mispronounce his name every time, Yexel Landeborg and Cam Boozer are easily the two best power forwards in the country. Small forwards and everything, there's other really good players, but those two guys, when it comes to, strength and playing down low and skill, they're two of the best. So watching them, like rams on a mountain, bashing horns down there in the post, it's going to be a really fun game. That's number 2. How about we jump to number 3?
Number 3.
There's yet another pretty good basketball game for different interesting reasons. This one tomorrow at 1, Carolina, the Tar Heels, at Syracuse tomorrow. Syracuse is not the big bad bully that we've been describing with some other teams, but Carolina is a team that could use a game against a not big bad bully. Obviously, the story, as it will be for Carolina for a while now, how healthy are they? Right? If Caleb Wilson isn't playing, and I don't expect him to tomorrow, how long is it until he can? What's Henry Vesar's status? Well, for that, let's check in with the head coach, Hubert Davis, talking to the media about the status of his 7-foot big man transfer from Arizona, Henry Vesar.
He's getting better every day. Had an individual workout yesterday. He's planning on participating in practice today, limited basis, but he is still questionable. So we just got to see how practice goes.
I'm going to talk about this game in a bunch of different ways as this show goes along, but I think the most consistent, the most kind of steady about this game is simply without downplaying games. Carolina's kind of in scrimmage mode until Caleb Wilson comes back. The outcomes are less important than the lessons learned and the improvements made, particularly in the backcourt, because they've probably already missed out on being a top 4 seed in the ACC tournament, right? Not saying it's impossible or mathematically eliminated, but there are good teams that are ahead of them now with similar paths. And as we learned yesterday during the media mock committee for the selection committee, they were instructed to deal with Carolina as if as if Caleb Wilson were back and healthy by tournament time. So if the committee is willing to say, we'll treat you differently once Caleb Wilson comes back, or if we know Caleb Wilson is coming back, then the games without him inherently turn into less important games on your resume. So Syracuse on Saturday, that's tomorrow. Syracuse kind of stinks. You can use that. Louisville on Monday, Virginia Tech, Clemson. Obviously, the Duke game to end the season's a different beast, but if you fix your perimeter, or if you get those guys shooting better, if you figure out something, some magic elixir scheme that can have your, I almost said shorter guys, but guy like Derek Dixon, 6'5", Luka Bogovic's big. Like if you can get the guys that play on your perimeter playing better, that's almost more important than winning games. I think you're in the NCAA tournament. I think you're a different team with Caleb Wilson and Henry Vesar. So work on yourself so when they come back, you're set up better. Because if you don't fix it, if you don't fix your perimeter, I think this is going to end up being one of those frustrating seasons to look back on. Every time Caleb Wilson is in another NBA All-Star game and he's going, from the University of North Carolina, Caleb Wilson, you're going to go, how did we have that season when he was on campus? And when Vesar is a 10-year contributor, same thing. That is number 3 in the Big 3 at 3. I can update you on the Olympic hockey. The United States and Slovakia have officially dropped the puck just seconds into their semifinal matchup. Both teams will be playing again this weekend. One will be playing for a bronze medal. One will be deciding between the gold and silver. And what happens over the next roughly 60 minutes of time on the ice will decide which team goes where. And you know where we stand. USA all the way. We'll update you more on USA hockey and the Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis appearances in the other semifinal. That's coming up next right here on The Drive. Don't go anywhere.
Breaking news. Multiply the Cash scratch-offs are here and have $1 billion in total prizes? Mike's live on the scene.
The word is out, and with so much cash up for grabs, everyone's getting in on this $1 billion. Grandma?
Out of my way, Mikey. Granny's on a roll.
You heard it here first, folks. Get in on $1 billion of wins with new Multiply the Cash from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 3.01 to 4.82. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
I'm confused. You know, people talk about retirement. I don't even really know where to start. Obviously, I need to call you. 919-794-7900 is what I need to do. But we're overwhelmed. Maybe we don't want to show you our finances. Yeah. Maybe we think we don't have enough money. Where do we even start?
Well, it's hard to trust anybody, too, these days, isn't it? How much do you want to really show? You're almost like that card player you see on TV at a poker game, guarding your cards and all that. But in 33 years, I've seen about every situation. And the most important thing that I've seen people overlook is lifetime income. Because you got these lump sum accounts. Your 401k shows you a lump sum. Your stock account shows you a lump sum. Your IRA, lump sum. What if we could translate that lump sum and show you how much income that could give you for the rest of your life? And also have some growth before you get to retirement. But more importantly, you'll never lose money. So if the market's down, you get a zero. If the market's up, you get to share in the gain, and then you get a lifetime income. I'm going to do an income plan for the next 10 of your callers right now.
Call Coach today, 919-794-7900, or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
Folks, it's back and it's better than ever. Dennis Cox here from my friends over at Law Tigers. The Law Tigers are once again teaming up with your Carolina Hurricanes to give one lucky Caniac a custom Canes Ducati motorcycle courtesy of Art Moto Garage and Shiny Side Paint. Last time that you can enter this contest is March 29th, but don't wait, folks. Go to caniacsbike.com to enter. Again, caniacsbike.com. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
The outlet pass for Keller, a defenseman. Nice move, cuts to the net, score! Megan Keller, the overtime hero, United States, wins gold in Milan.
That's what it sounded like yesterday as Megan Keller ended it in overtime of the gold medal match between the United States women's hockey team and Team Canada. The United States won. Dennis, during that game, as it ended up during our showtime, was our kind of correspondent. He's in the producer's room and can focus a little bit more on the hockey. So we're going to use him in the same role for this men's hockey semifinal between the United States and Slovakia.
If I forget to play a soundbite, that's the reason why.
Well, what I can tell you is this. I have to kind of half-watch the game because, we're doing a show. And for half-watching a game, it's not great to have two teams that are both red, white, and blue. It looks a bit scrimmagey because, the United States has kind of the white torsos, the blue up top. Then Slovakia has the blue torsos, the white up top. It's almost like a mirror image. So it looks, again, a little scrimmagey out there. But we're rooting for the white torsos in the United States of America. So we'll keep you updated as that one goes along. Just a couple of minutes into this one, and no score as of yet. United States does lead 3 shots on goal to 1, but still feeling each other out less than 4 minutes into the game. Earlier today, there was this very same tournament, this very same level, semifinal hockey on the other side of the bracket, and it was Team Canada against Team Finland, which, if you're a Carolina Hurricanes fan, it might be Team Canada versus Team Finland, but really it was Seth Jarvis versus Sebastian Aho. It was friends as enemies. And they, met at the boards a couple of times. There's a couple pictures where they're both in the frame looking at each other, which is, I'm sure, a cool experience for some buddies. Let's go! Dennis, look up at the screen, please. Thank you. 1-0
Let's
United
go right
States.
from the jump, baby. Let's go. Dylan Larkin. Let's go.
Second straight game he's opened the scoring.
That's right.
Making a United States name for himself.
4 minutes into this one. Let's go.
1-0 United States over Slovakia, semifinals. Men's hockey in the Olympics.
Oh, what a shot.
I mean, that's a lot of skill, but that's also just ho-hum, goal 4 minutes in. Let me get a little rush here, a little breakaway. Let me snap this just outside, just wide of the goalie.
like this start. I like this.
Keep it up. 100
like this.
goals.
Hey, next one.
100 goals.
It's all about the next one, baby. Let's go.
Team USA was favored by 2.5 in this one. Dennis, you have to turn your mic on.
I say it makes sense.
There you go. If you're looking at like players on NHL rosters, the United States, every player is on an NHL roster. Most of them really, really, really high quality NHL players. Slovakia has 6 or 7 total players that are currently on NHL rosters. Some guys that have been, some guys that are on AHL rosters. But this is one that the United States should keep their pedal to the floor and go try to score a bunch. 1-0. If you're just tuning in, United States men's hockey with the lead over Slovakia. Dylan Larkin, the goal scorer. I didn't see how the play was set up. Were there any assists on the goal?
Yes, Tage Thompson dropped it back to Zach Werenski. Just a stretch pass through the neutral zone. Larkin just catches it at the blue line, just skates in, just rips it.
There it is. The winner of this game will face Canada because Seth Jarvis and Team Canada beat Team Finland and
I looked down
Aho.
to see how much Jarvis and Aho actually played and skated. That's why.
Well, I can tell you this. Both of them didn't play enough. Jarvis played something like 8 minutes and change. And Aho played 16 minutes and change, which is really surprising.
16:51 for Aho.
Really surprising because Aho he's top line for Finland. And they had a 2-goal lead for a good chunk of the game, and they were ahead 2-1 over Canada for a good chunk of the game. And the fact that Aho and that top line weren't still being pushed to get out there and take more shifts and take longer shifts and push for goals, I just don't get why. You know who's on Canada. You know who's on Canada, right? You know that they're not – it'd be very, very unusual if you're able to hold them to a shutout. You know what I mean? So Aho should have been out there, and he should have been told – be selfish. He should have been told create goal, like be aggressive, take shots, set people up. And he played 16-something minutes, which I didn't think was enough for him nor the top line that he kind of represents.
Yeah, Mikko Rantanen on that line, who scored, by the way, played 16:09.
That's a weird decision by Finland from my standpoint, and hopefully lesson learned, right? If whoever faces Canada in the gold medal, United States, hopefully
play your top guys.
If you get a lead. Get a bigger one, like 100 goals. That's the only way you think against Canada because you know they're going to score. Let's talk Aho though. Aho coming out of this, and by the way, like I'm top line, everything I just said, leader, right? He's being discussed after the whistle a few times. He and or having discussions. He and Team Canada. Here's how I'm describing where. Speaking of discussions after the whistle, one going on right now in the Team USA game. Here's how I'm hoping Aho returns from the Olympics. There's a overlap in a professional athlete's career, especially the really, really, really good and or superstar athletes, professional athletes. There's this overlap where I have all the answers, overlaps with my body is still in its prime. Right, and it doesn't last forever, right? Because when you're young and your body is ready to roll and it's recovering quickly and injuries don't last as long, right? You sprain an ankle, you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to sleep this off. The next morning you're bounding downstairs, but at that point in your career, you don't have all the answers. You haven't seen all the adjustments. You haven't faced all the coaches. You don't have all the wily experience. And then at some point, especially if you're someone like Aho who's played so many minutes so early in his career, you kind of have the answers to the test. You've seen it all. You've played at the international level. You've taken Team Canada as a leader all the way down to the wire, right? You have all of this experience, yet you're still not quite 30, right? You're not to the point where, you as anyone that's turned 30 knows, you fall asleep and you wake up and your neck's stiff and there you go. I'm on the IR for the week.
Yep.
Like you're not. He's not there yet either. So I'm hoping this Olympics was the finishing touches on this guy has all the answers portion of it, and he comes back for the stretch of his career, which who knows how long it would be, right? 2.5, 3, 4 years where he has the answers and his body is still in its prime. Because then at some point, and you see athletes deal with this a lot, they have all the answers as their body deteriorates, and it's the most frustrating part of their career because they're going, I know what to do, I just can't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Aho's next 3-4 years pretty much between these two Olympics be his overlap, where that Venn diagram is crossing over. He's seen everything. He's played in every situation, and he's still young enough to do the things that his brain is going, this is what we have to do.
Yeah, he had an assist on the faceoff win that opened the scoring for Finland today.
And then he wisely said, I think our team is due for a shorthanded goal.
Took the
so
penalty.
I'll volunteer to go into the box. Took the penalty, and they scored while he was hanging out.
It was very frustrating seeing former Canes scored 2 goals for Finland today with Riikka Rantanen and Eric Holland. Like, I can't root for them.
I can't, or we don't have to.
I mean, I can root for Aho.
They were playing
I can't
for
root
Finland.
for those guys.
Exactly. It's only a bit contradicting for me if they're on Team USA. That's the only time I would have an issue with it. Other than that, I don't have to root for Finland at all. Even for Aho, I don't feel bad not rooting for him, although I kind of do. Jarvis on the other side. Jarvis is obviously a little bit younger than Aho. Completely different role on his international team. He's playing for the gold medal. Actually, we can guarantee Jarvis is coming home with a gold or silver medal.
That's right. Coming home with a medal.
So congratulations to him. I think, I'm going to take a page out of T-Swizzle, Taylor Swift. He's in his sponge era. Like, I want Jarvis playing with Team Canada and that Monstars squad of players, talent, experience, taking notes, right? Like looking around, observing, not because I want him to mimic or act like any of them, but try some things, right? Take notes, bring it back, try something. If you see a drill, a warm-up, a mindset, something that somebody says, audition it, see if it works for you. And also look around and notice you belong, right? You see this a lot of times. It's why Coach K, when he was running Team USA for men's basketball, did his best to always bring like a maybe not deserving super young guy like the Anthony Davis coming straight out of Kentucky. The Dream Team had Christian Laettner. I think that's to encourage, like, hey, you belong here, right? I want you to look around and say your game is good enough. And I'm not putting Seth Jarvis in that category, but he could have a similar effect where you look around and go, I skated second line for Team Canada a decent amount today, and McKinnon was there, and like all this stuff was happening, and I didn't feel out of place. Bring that back and say, yeah, I am a star.
I mean, he had the assist on the game-tying goal a couple of days ago for Canada.
Absolutely. And without that play, who knows how disappointed Canada is. So both of them, I think, can use this Olympics as a springboard. Both of them, I think, can use this international game and their experience in the semifinals and beyond as a kind of leveling up for two players that are already an exceptionally high level. I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring when they return from Italy.
Yeah, for him, for Jarvis, yeah, he only skated 8:48 today, but that wasn't even the lowest on the team. So if you look at Brandon Hagel, only skated 7:28. Sam Reinhart only 6:24. I mean, there's guys that skated very few minutes in some of these. Like Bo Horvat only skated 10 minutes on the dot because guys like Connor McDavid and Macklin Celebrini were skating 25-plus minutes. Imagine that.
I would be less concerned, and this is probably easier to say, being not him. If I were Seth Jarvis, I would be more concerned with how I played in those 8 minutes than the 8 minutes, right? I'd be more interested in what energy I brought and what decisions I was making and trying to learn from that. And Seth Jarvis and Team Canada will be waiting the winner of the game that's going on right now. United States 1, Slovakia 0, less than halfway through the first period. So a ton of hockey left to play out there in Italy, and we'll keep you posted. Before we move on, we do have the Dean's List coming up and a medal count update for you. Before we do any of that, Dennis Cox has something he'd like to say.
I do. Dennis Cox here real quick for my friends over at Law Tigers. I want everyone to go out there and enjoy this wonderful weather that we have going on right now. One of the ways I like to get outside and enjoy the weather, it's just getting out on my motorcycle. That's one of the things I love doing. And I want you out there listening to this right now to join me out there on the road. And the best way you could do that is if you go to Caniac's CaniacsBike.com, because the Law Tigers are once again teaming up with your Carolina Hurricanes to give one lucky fan a custom Canes Ducati motorcycle. It's a V4. It's absolutely gorgeous. Motorcycle courtesy of Art Moto Garage and Shiny Side Paint. Simple to enter. You go to CaniacsBike.com. Bike will be given away live on the ice on April 4th, and it includes tickets to a catered suite. The deadline to enter, it's actually relatively soon. It's March 29th. I'll be here before you know it, but don't wait till then. Just go to CaniacsBike.com, enter for your chance to win. Tell friends, tell family, tell them to enter with you. Increase your chances of winning, folks. Go to CaniacsBike.com. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, will be back with a medal count from Italy. Stick around.
Our state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
I'm Neil, founder of Clay Room. When I found ceramics, I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative. So I set out to open my own studio. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. Now we're molding a creative community.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's Heart Health Month. I'm Tim Donnelly here with Dr. Parikh from WakeMed Heart and Vascular. Doctor, can you take us through what exactly heart failure is and how common it is?
I think of myself more as a heart function doctor rather than a heart failure doctor. But heart failure, it can sound scary. It doesn't mean your heart is about to stop. It's a pumping problem. And so a heart can either be stiff and not feel properly, or it can be weaker and not pump properly. And really your body is not getting as much blood as it needs from the heart. It is somewhat common. So after age 40, 1 in 5 Americans will have heart failure at some point in their life. There's over 6 million people living with it in this country today. You really want to talk to your doctor about whether you're at risk for heart failure and if you should start screening for it, and really try to follow a heart-healthy lifestyle so you can prevent it from happening in the first place.
If you have any questions, you want to learn more about heart health, go to wakemed.org. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. 1-0 USA over Slovakia, men's ice hockey. Semifinals, winners obviously advance to the finals. 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the opening period. So there are still medals to pass out. But to keep you updated, it's time for the WakeMed Winter Games medal count from Italy. As has been the case for darn near all of these updates, Norway in first in total medals with 37 total medals thus far.
Goodness, 37?
20, it gets worse. 28 United States in second. We have 28 total medals. 26 for Italy, the host country. They are in third. If you only count gold medals, right, you're somebody that says if you're not first, you're last. I can tell you this. The United States has moved into a solo second.
Let's go.
I can also tell you that Norway has broken the record for gold medals in an individual Olympics by one, or an individual Winter Games, by one country. 17 gold for Norway. The United States is in second with 10.
Wow.
And if Norway didn't exist, it'd be a really good battle for who's going to finish in first. There's Italy, the host country, with 9, right behind the United States, 10. There's the Netherlands with 7, Germany, France, Switzerland, Sweden, all with 6. But Norway has 17. So Norway's running away with it a little bit. And they my favorite ridiculous fact that I don't even know why or if you can explain it, United States does have more silvers than Norway. We have 12 silvers to lead the way.
Yeah, take that.
To Norway's 10.
Apparently I was told that silver shines just as bright.
Should we make fun of Canada for a second?
We should.
All right, that was the Wake Med Winter Games medal count from Italy. So the United States women's hockey team beat Canada in the final. It was a good game. It went to overtime.
Fantastic game.
It was they pushed the United States to have to play more gritty and more clutch than they've had to play at any point in time previous in the entire games, their entire stay in Italy. I am a fan of competitors that don't try to lie to themselves. Team Canada tweeted out a picture of their women's hockey team and said, "Silver shines just as bright," with a heart. And it's, by the way, silver medal, unbelievably impressive, right? If I meet someone that has a silver medal, you better believe I'm talking their ear off for an hour, asking questions. What happened? What event? How'd you do it? How
Can
long?
I hold it?
Yeah, like everything. Where do you keep it? Tell me about your team. Like everything. Like, I'm impressed by silver medals. They're not gold medals. And if you're trying to tell yourself they shine just as bright as gold medals, you're lying to yourself and a bit delusional. And by the way, I say that knowing that the United States leads in silver. And if I wanted to be a little bit of do some home cooking, I could sit around and talk about how they're actually, just as impressive and just making the finals. And no, they don't shine as bright. I mean, I'm not all the way Ricky Bobby. I'm not all the way Ricky Bobby's dad, I guess. If you're not first, you're last. But first isn't second. Like, first is better than second. Second is better than third. Like, that's why we play sports. That's why the Olympics exist. So, no, Team Canada, I disagree. You take your silver, you can be proud of it, but it ain't gold. The women's hockey gold is coming back to the United States of America. And it shines unlike any other medal that was earned in women's hockey. Still 1-0, USA over Slovakia. Men's hockey going on in Italy right now. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the opening period. We'll keep you updated. In the meantime, let's go ahead and fire up the Dean's List. We have an auto entry to the Dean's List today. There was a award watch list that was revealed, and a local competitor was on the list. The Naismith Men's College Coach of the Year Award watch list was put out, and Duke's John Shire is on the list.
Makes sense.
Yeah, when you have one of the better teams, you replaced all 5 starters, and I think I saw in Ken Palm, last year's Duke team is the second best ever. Now, they didn't win the championship, so they're not going to be in. They're not going to go into the conversation for best, college basketball teams of all time. You need to hoist the final trophy and cut down those final nets in order to do so. But from some advanced analytics standpoints, they're like top 2, top 3 of all time last year. And with that, they replaced all 5 starters and are 24-2 and near the top of all advanced analytics again. So I think that's where John Shire's nod to the Naismith Men's College Coach of the Year Award watch list is. That's what his case was built on. No other super local coaches, but Clemson's Brad Brownell was on there as well. So the ACC has some representation. I wonder when that voting took place, because Clemson has dropped their last 3, and perhaps that would have changed things. And Virginia's Ryan Odom also. So 3 ACC coaches on the watch list. And Michigan's Dusty May is too, so maybe, Shire and May can eliminate one of them this weekend when they play in D.C. More Dean's List here on the drive. Former UNC and current Patriots wide receiver Mac Hollins.
All right.
Mac Hollins finished the season, and he actually missed a couple games with injury, but he finished the season 4 catches short of a $400,000 incentive.
Oh, bummer.
The Patriots have decided to give it to him anyway in the form of a $400,000 signing bonus for the 2027 season.
Nice.
That's a nice little, we finished just barely short. Team's like, nah, close enough. Here's $400K.
Do your players solid.
That's pretty cool on the Patriots side. Do you have some Dean's Listers you'd like to throw out here?
I do.
Let's hear it.
First one, Duke women's basketball.
Okay.
17 straight wins now. They beat NC State last night at home. So there's that.
NC State Coach Moore was questioning effort after the game. That's never what you want to hear.
Yeah, and I'm sure you probably had this on your Dean's List. UCLA, Duke, Arizona, Kansas, Texas, Michigan, Michigan State, Louisville, Purdue, Kentucky, Florida, UNC, Baylor, Houston, Ohio State, and UConn all make the Dean's List. There's an update to NBA 2K26.
Oh.
And they're celebrating college basketball. So guess what? All those schools I just mentioned are now all in 2K26 NBA. Now, again, UCLA, Duke, again, it's all blue bloods.
Yep.
UCLA, Duke, Arizona, Kansas, Texas, Michigan, Michigan State, Louisville, Purdue, Kentucky, Florida, UNC, Baylor, Houston, Ohio State, UConn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's good bragging rights on campus. To be in 2K, I didn't even play college basketball. I played college football. We played a lot of 2K.
Mm-hmm.
If there was our own, like buddies down the hall were in it, get even more aggressive. That's pretty cool. They worthy Dean's List there. Last Dean's Lister here for us. Similar to, actually, the Mac Hollins Dean's List. Zion Williamson, former Duke basketball player. If he plays tonight, as expected, right, there's, unless he gets hurt in warm-ups or something, if he plays tonight, that will be his 41st game of the season.
Okay.
Which will trigger a $16.8 million contract guarantee for next season.
There you go.
He also has various weight conditions, which, if he meets them, will be another $8.4 million in guarantees. If he plays 10 more games, so this one and 9 more, he'll have 51 total games, guarantees another 25.3. Or sorry, that grows to 25.3. So it's another, $9 million. At 61 games played, he gets another $8 million, goes up to 33.7. Just play and keep your weight off, and you just get millions of dollars guaranteed to you. If we could all be so lucky as Zion Williamson. All right, there you go. That's the Dean's List here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis, there's just over 4 minutes to go in the first period of United States men's hockey, who have a 1-0 lead over Slovakia. Semifinals, winter games. Give us 3 sentences into break about how this game's going.
United States has taken too many penalties. They had a goalie interference call, and they also had to delay a game as well. So they've been in the box for a little bit, so it's kind of stalled some of their momentum. But they are getting a lot of chances on the rush, including the defenseman really being active as well. That's one of the reasons why I picked Zach Werenski, who actually just had a really good scoring chance for the United States.
But he didn't score.
He didn't score. But it's coming.
I wrote down a lot of names, but I did have Dylan Larkin written down, and I didn't make the right game time decision. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, will keep you updated on that game and get you ready for North Carolina, the Tar Heels visiting Syracuse tomorrow at 1. Stick around.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. People are looking around their homes right now, and they're saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. You guys do everything for the exterior of your home. How do you keep it from being overwhelming for the homeowner?
Right, Adam. The first thing we do is we come out there, do an assessment with the homeowner. It's a no-obligation estimate, and we can break it up into phases of projects, or if you want to break it up into easy monthly payments, we come out there, give you a good plan. It's no pressure, no obligation. And whether it's windows, siding, doors, roofing, most of these projects we give you a lifetime warranty on for the rest of your time in the home. And then you can also break it up into easy monthly payments and make it manageable for your budget.
I love manageable. I love easy monthly payments. I love lifetime warranties. Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. These people are amazing. You should check them out online, aluminumcompany.com.
The shot, they score!
Be part of the loudest house in the NHL. Win tickets to see the Carolina Hurricanes take on the Pittsburgh Penguins at Lenovo Center on Tuesday, March 10th by visiting hurricanes.com/radio and registering to win.
Looking to play better golf this season? Start at Global Golf, your first stop to better golf. Get professionally fit for the new 2026 golf clubs from top brands like Callaway, Cobra, Ping, and TaylorMade. And for a limited time, trade in your current clubs and receive a 50% trade-in bonus. Call today to schedule your fitting appointment at Global Golf, home of the best deals in golf. Visit us in North Raleigh at 7320 ACC Boulevard. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity in your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto. In a matter of days, they had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact and didn't even need an appraisal. With all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2-car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You could do it too. LoanPronto.com. Their rapid equity loan program can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it, consolidated all their high interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine, pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier, get your life back. Interest rates are at a 3-year low. Call Loan Pronto, 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com, 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Led by as many as 11. Minor strip by Trimble in transition. Tar Heels going the other way. Trimble has Bogobots with him, but he's going to go to the cup and scoop it home.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. Just to update you, and I might over-update you on the semifinal game, but I've heard it's better to be over-updated than under-updated. USA 1, Slovakia 0. Men's hockey semifinal out there in Italy in the Olympics is 2 minutes to play in the first period. And an update for the game that we were celebrating yesterday, the women's final, Team USA versus Canada, which Team USA did win, got the gold medal. NBC is reporting that the United States-Canada gold medal game was the most watched women's hockey game on record.
Really?
Game averaged 5.3 million viewers on USA Network and Peacock.
That's awesome.
The game's audience peaked at 7.7 million viewers in overtime during the 3:45 to 4 p.m. Window.
Heck yeah, it did.
That's a lot of people.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of people. So just little updates for you there, and we'll do our best to keep you over-updated as I promised. In the meantime, UNC men's basketball at Syracuse tomorrow at 1. And to answer the questions that most of you are probably most worried about, Caleb Wilson, according to head coach Hubert Davis will have some more imaging done next week, and there'll be more updates on the availability based on his fractured left hand. And for Hubert Davis's update on his running mate, the other star big man for UNC, Henry Vasar, we have audio for you. This is Hubert Davis updating the media earlier today.
He's getting better every day. Had an individual workout yesterday. He's planning on participating in practice today, limited basis, but he is still questionable. So we just got to see how practice goes.
Just got to see. Got to see how it feels. Here's the way I think of things for UNC. I think it's way more important to fix scheme and fix backcourt than it is to worry about Vasar and Wilson, other than you need both of them to be 100% in the games that matter the most. I would err on the side of caution. I would look towards Jaron Stevenson, who's been the main production fill-in for Wilson and Vasar down low, and say, you're doing a great job. We can win with you playing the minutes that a Wilson or a Vasar are playing, and look towards my perimeter and say, we got some work to do. We're going to be cautious with the big guys because right now our focus isn't them. Our focus is you. And that's Bogovac, that's Trimble, that's Dixon, that's whoever, Powell, that's whoever ends up playing minutes on that perimeter. Kyan Evans, if he's in there, all of them. Right? There's really two things I think you have to address. You have to be more efficient on the perimeter, particularly scoring. Have to.
What happened? I missed it. Tage Thompson. What time on the power play? Let's go. Let's go.
2-0 USA. 40.9 seconds to go in the first period. The United States opens up the 2-goal lead. Let's go. USA. 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 I want 100 goals. I want 100 today, USA. I want 100 goals.
Hey, save a couple for Sunday.
I want 1,000 on Sunday.
Well, there's that too. Little rip.
Tage Thompson, you know what that means, Dennis.
Hey, you picked him.
There we go. That's one for me in the goal scorer draft.
I know. I picked him last game.
You weren't wrong. You were early.
I was early. Exactly.
All right, 2-0. 40 seconds to play in the opening period. United States has the lead.
Get another one.
Over Slovakia. Oh gosh!
Get another one.
The excitement in your voice. I thought they did.
Oh no! You would hear the
squawk, whatever you want to call that, screech, call of the Americas.
Wild birds.
There you go. And don't give one up, please. All right. Going back to Carolina, and you'll know if the United States scores based on what you just heard from Dennis there. Going back to Carolina at Syracuse. My point is simple. The concern I have for Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar is, are they 100%? The concern about Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar is not, will they be effective? It's not, can they score against anybody? It's not, how do they deal with certain matchups? It's health. The concerns for everyone else on the roster our scheme, our shot selection, our ability, our making reads, our communication, our all of those things. So you can work on all of that and let Vasar and Wilson get healthy. Here's Hubert Davis on sticking to their identity despite the injuries that they're dealing with.
What has allowed us to be successful is, certain things that we do from an offensive standpoint, our pace, our persistence and stubbornness to dominate points in the paint through post penetration, offensive rebounding, limiting in the paint, max pressure on the rim, living at the free throw line, foundation pieces like that, taking care of the basketball. How to get there, there could be, there has to be some tweaks, changes, pivots, and alters because you don't have Henry and Caleb in the lineup. And so I think it's a combination of both. I think it's figuring out this new way, but also holding firm and staying connected to the things that allow you to be successful irregardless of who's in the lineup.
I mean, you can't do things exactly the same. As much as I've been impressed with Jaron Stevenson, you can't just look at Jaron Stevenson and say, hey, do the things Caleb Wilson does, because those guys don't exist.
Or attract the attention that Caleb Wilson does.
Exactly. The gravitational pull to Zayden High will not be the gravitational pull that Henry Vasar had, and the same is true with Stevenson and Wilson. But if that makes it a little bit more difficult for the perimeter, I'm almost okay with that. Right? Swing the baseball bat with the heavy donut on there, so when you take it off, if bat feels light as a toothpick, right? Like, get your backcourt playing exceptional basketball where they don't have the benefit of the gravitational pull to the big guys as much, and then add Caleb Wilson healthy back in there, add Henry Vasar at 100% back in there, and it's like taking the ankle weights off. Right? Now you have more space. Now you have less attention, and you can still execute at a high level. I said it, I used the word scrimmage earlier, and I feel bad about that. I don't think Carolina should be in a scrimmage mode for the rest of the time where they don't have one or two of their stars healthy, but I do think they can be in much more experimental mode. The thing that frustrated me most about UNC's loss to NC State from the Carolina standpoint was it felt like they had a plan A, and when plan A didn't work, they refused to try anything else. Right? They weren't making threes. So what was their answer? Take a billion more threes. And I'm going, I don't know. I feel like all these 5 stars, all these NIL dollars, you should have something else you could try. So be more willing to try something new. Be more willing to experiment. Be more willing to tell Derek Dixon, hey, I want you to get 12 shot attempts today, no threes. Right? Get to the bucket. Or something even less like a number. I want you to get to the free throw line. Right? All these threes you're taking, they're not going to get you to the free throw line. I want you to drive, absorb contact. You're 6'5". Same thing with Seth Trimble. I actually loved the move in the first, 2 minutes it was against NC State for Carolina when Seth Trimble tried to dunk it right down like the tomahawk.
Mm-hmm.
I would have told him 4 more of those. Like, whether you're making the dunks or not, you're getting everybody excited. You're probably getting to the free throw line, and if you are getting the dunks to fall, you're igniting the place in a way that your team needs. It's no mistake that Caleb Wilson is the juice when he's out there, right? He's the guy making the dunks. He's the guy making the crazy plays. He's the guy flexing after the whistle. Without him there, somebody's got to. Somebody has to play that role. I don't think they unless, I shouldn't say it's impossible. It's unlikely to me that they end up a top 4 seed in the ACC tournament now. That's almost freeing, right? All right. So you're going to be somewhere between 5 and 8 or whatever it is. Like, go ahead and not make that the priority. Make it being ready for the tournament when you get there the priority. Hubert Davis was also asked, and we'll play this audio for you, if he noticed anything different in his team after the NC State loss.
One of the things I have said is, we've got to play better and we've got to get more. And in every area of the game, whether it's defensively, one-on-one, defending without fouling, limiting teams to 1 shot every possession. We did out-rebound our last opponent, which was the first in 4 games. We got 17 offensive rebounds, which was huge for us. I've stressed offensive rebounding every day, all day with this team, and so something of an encouragement. We've got to continue to do that, and just from an offensive standpoint, just the consistency of getting good shots and also giving them confidence. There was a lot of open shots that we missed on Tuesday, and giving them confidence that when you're open, shoot it, and have the confidence that you're not just going to shoot it, you're going to make it.
That was Hubert Davis about his team coming out of the NC State loss. I have no problem with that answer. My answer might have been things said after losses like that are things we keep to ourselves, because there's a lot of stuff that can't be said, publicly. And any athlete that's been in a losing locker room knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You mentioned about the ACC tournament and standings.
Yep.
So Carolina right now is 6th in the ACC. They're about a game and a half back of Clemson and NC State. So NC State's 10-4, Clemson's 10-4, UNC's at 8-5, Louisville's at 8-5, SMU's at 7-6. So you're right there clumped with Louisville and SMU. You have Louisville on Monday. and you've already lost head-to-head to SMU. You have to win against Syracuse. Like, Syracuse, like, you got to beat Syracuse. I don't care if you're down your two best players. You still have to beat Syracuse because you got to make sure you go into the Monday game against Louisville with a chance, like, at least something figured out to give yourself a best chance to win. Maybe Vasar's back Monday against Louisville. We'll see. But you have to win these next two games if you want to finish in the top 6 in the ACC. Otherwise, if you lose to Louisville and you've already lost to SMU, so the head-to-head's gone, you're looking at 7 in the ACC? 7th?
I understand that's not what they're hoping for. I don't see a huge difference between 5th and 7th. You know what I mean? And that's kind of
actually put them at 8th.
5th and 8th, right?
Yeah.
There's not a gigantic difference there. I think healthy, they smoke Syracuse. I saw the line. It's 2.5 as it stands. Carolina the favorite over Syracuse. I think that is an expectation that Vasar does not play, and he's limited practicing today. I would much rather, if I'm Carolina, be an 8 seed with more confidence in my backcourt to score efficiently and to defend a bit better than I would be to scratch and claw and lean on my bigs extra and be the 6 seed and not have some of those things figured out. You do know it's a safety net, but also you don't want to take it for granted. You do know you got some studs coming back whenever they get healthy.
True.
You just want to make sure they're healthy, and you don't want to push everything off to but it'll be different when they're back. But it'll be different when they're back. Like try to get some things in order while they're gone, so they come back to a place better than they left it. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We'll be back with football at 4, looking at a fortuitous bit of evaluation. Something could be lucky for the Carolina Panthers. Stick around.
You pull up at a McDonald's drive-thru at the crack of dawn to get your $3 crispy chicken biscuit. You've been craving it all night. It was a very long night, but your taste buds pulled through. Those are no ordinary taste buds, and you are no ordinary human. You are a champion, and you deserve a $3 crispy chicken biscuit. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend Coach Pete. Coach, it's time to get naked.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, not like that. I'm saying, like, you really have to be vulnerable when it comes to your finances. And I literally had to sit down and make a budget out, and it was eye-opening. Seriously,
Yeah.
I've got to cut back in certain places. I've got to diversify. You're trying to help me with my 2025 financial goals. But I think a lot of people don't even know what they're spending.
Well, I go to the doctor. He tells me I shouldn't be eating certain things. I'm not happy about hearing that. And maybe I'll cut down a little bit. But, yeah, we don't want to cut down on spending. But if we do the right thing now, we can spend a whole lot more in the future. And the future is retirement when we can't work, when we need the money that we put aside when we're working to pay us. That's why it's important to protect that money, to make sure that money's growing, but more importantly, make sure that money has a lifetime income component that whenever we desire, we can flip a switch and get lifetime income checks we never have to worry about outliving. So if you'd like to see this in writing, we'll put a plan together just for you. Call right now.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
Durham's newest music destination is officially open. This Saturday night, join us at Bays 7 on the American Tobacco campus for an intimate acoustic showcase featuring the breathtaking vocals of Skylar Gudaz and Nolan Durham. Beer and wine will be available for purchase throughout the night. Skylar Gudaz and Nolan Durham live at Bays 7 this Saturday night. Get your tickets now at thatstation.net.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. Cold front crossing our area, just an isolated shower or thunderstorm. It is a warm afternoon out there, a high of 76, which would break the previous record of 75. We're going to see a bit of sunshine this afternoon, and we drop down to 51 tonight. Now, the weekend is trending wetter. Some scattered rain on Saturday with a high of 62, but it looks like almost a soaker on Sunday with highs in the 50s.
Weather update brought to you by Blue Shark Vodka, the world's smoothest vodka. Pour Blue Shark Vodka at all your events to lift everyone's spirits. Blue Shark Vodka, the shark that doesn't bite. 4 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones up 230 points today at the closing bell to 49,626. This hour of the drive is brought to you by Law Tigers. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call Law Tigers before you call your insurance company. Case evaluations are always free, and you don't pay a dime until your case settles. Law Tigers, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers.
Let's move the chains. Time for football at 4.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. It is time for football at 4, which, by the way, by this time next week, Combine will be going on.
That's right. It starts the 24th.
Yeah, actually, I believe on-field drills start on Thursday.
Okay.
The check-ins and the medicals and everything start ahead of that. But it is, it's NFL offseason time already. Super Bowl was what, yesterday?
Yeah.
So there's all that going on. And former App State quarterback Joey Aguilar is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
Because his injunction to continue playing at Tennessee was denied by a Tennessee judge.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to keep playing, and they said, why? And I don't know what his argument was, but it wasn't good enough. So he'll be pivoting very quickly from I hope to play at Tennessee to I'll be at the Combine next week. So we'll see. We'll monitor. We'll keep you updated, obviously, on everything pertaining to the Panthers, including what I'm about to tell you next. Timing is everything, right? Location and timing. Timing and timing. Luck is everything. Panthers need edge rushers. Edge rushers are available. Timing is everything. If this were the offseason, they were desperately looking for a quarterback, they might be blank OL. You know what I mean? But they're looking for edge rushers. If you go back to the day after their season ended, and any of the days since, if we're talking about offseason for the Panthers, even if we're talking about other positions, you can almost start it with, well, first of all, they need edge rushers. Okay, but now let's talk about off-ball backers. All right, well, their main priority needs to be getting the pass rush taken care of. But okay, let's talk about the offensive line or whatever we're talking about for that day. Pass rushers, edge rushers, pass rushers, edge rushers. So when ESPN puts out their list and their analysts get together and they broke down all avenues, so draft, free agency, where every player could be available, and they ranked every position, basically with which position is it a good year to need and which position is a bad year to need, and they went all the way through. And I click on the link, and I'm a little hopeful, right? Because I'm hoping one of the positions that the Panthers need is near or at the top, right? I'm hoping edge rusher. I'm hoping off-ball backer. I'm maybe hoping free safety, right? I'm hoping for the things they need. And wouldn't you believe it? Number one on the list, edge rusher. The most readily available position, which I can't imagine is normal, right? Because edge rushers are not a position teams readily move on from. Even if it's like you haven't been productive, but you've shown potential, teams are usually finding a way to keep you around because it's such an important deal. Quarterbacks get paid so much, receivers get paid so much, and the way you neutralize that is by not giving the quarterback time. So goodness, is it good to see. And I'll just list. I'm not going to expect everybody to know all of these or have an opinion on all of them on how they played last year. But just to give you an idea of the volume of potential answers at that position that they listed in this ESPN article, they referenced Max Crosby trade possibilities, but expected free agent edge rushers. Trey Hendrickson, Odafe Owe, Jalen Phillips, Khalil Mack, Caleb Von Chassan, Boye Mafe, Joey Bosa, aging vets like Jadeveon Clowney, Cam Jordan, Von Miller, Draymond Jones, traitsy guys they call them, right? The players who have all the physical tools but maybe not the resume. Kwity Paye, Arnold Ebiketie. I worked on that. In the draft, certain analysts had 6 edge rushers in the first round. Pretty unanimously amongst their analysts, 5 edge rushers in the first round. Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Ruben Bain seen as elite, Keldrick Falk from Auburn, a guy that has kind of been asked to do things in the Auburn defense that he not just edge rush, even though it seems like that's what he should be doing. Cassius Howell, Akeem Mesidor, who I believe would be amongst that elite group if he were 3 years younger, but he's 25, pushing 26. Zion Young squeaks into the first round for some. That is a ton of options, and those are guys that are like known, right? Granted, the veterans that are kind of aging might not be as crystal clear diamonds as they once were, but that's not including the diamonds in the rough out there that a Dan Morgan might really, really like and others are more unaware of. Isn't that exactly what you're looking for? It's the equivalent of, right? Because I always try to put it in like quote unquote us normal people terms. It's the equivalent of like you're going to, I don't know, Home Depot or Lowe's or something, and you need a new lawnmower, and you walk in and just the person in the little smock or the apron that they wear at those stores, right, walks up to you. Hey, is there anything I can help you with? No, I'm good. I'm just looking. And they go, well, just in case you're wondering, we have a massive sale on our entire inventory of lawnmowers. And you're just like, you're not going to believe what I walked in this store for.
Go on. Tell me more.
That's what just happened for the Panthers. They walked into the offseason like, all right, number one on the list, the thing we have to budget for most, edge rushers. And then the offseason said, well, if you're just wondering, we're going to have a massive inventory. We're bringing in all our vendors for edge rushers. So make sure you stop by. What are you looking for? Older model, used, newer model? What are you looking for? Brand new, maybe a little unproven. You want something with 5,000 reviews online? We got a little bit of everything. You just have to pick the ones you want and pick correctly. It's to the point where, similar to last year in the draft where they took Nick Scorton in the second and Princely Umanmielen in the third, your options open up in a bunch of ways where if you wanted to go top shelf, I think that's a possibility, right? If you wanted to break the bank for a Trey Hendrickson, if you wanted to go maybe perhaps draft one at 19 overall in the first round, those are there. But if you decide against that, you might feel more comfortable taking two swings at it, right? Not taking a first, taking a flyer on an edge rusher or paying a good amount for somebody like I'll go with Jalen Phillips, who won't cost as much as maybe super top shelf, and then also doubling back and taking another in the third round. You can solve it in so many different ways, which is exciting. It's also probably a bit nerve-wracking, right? Because the more ways you can solve it, the more ways you might be wrong. But it's very, very fortuitous for the Panthers that this is how it's breaking down. Because let's put the other kind of slant on it, and it won't be for the Panthers. But if you look at these rankings, this is the positional rankings in order of basically how easy it would be to solve your problems if this position were your problem. Edge, interior offensive line, cornerback, running back, safety, linebacker, offensive tackle, wide receiver, tight end, defensive tackle, and quarterback, in that order. So imagine you're a team out there, say the Dolphins, the Cardinals. You're a team out there who is done with your current quarterback, right? The Dolphins are reportedly working on a trade for Tua or potentially considering just releasing him. If you're done with your quarterback and you need to go find the next one, and you click on this article and quarterback is dead last, I mean, that's waiting until the snow's about to start in 15 minutes to go looking for eggs and water and milk. You walk into the grocery store, you just see empty cupboards, empty shelves.
Should I get a shovel?
Yeah, it's the exact opposite. Well, just so you know, we're out of this. So if you're looking for that, you can just turn around and walk back to your car. It's exactly what you do. Only in the NFL, you can't do that. So that's when you end up probably overpaying for a Malik Willis or overdrafting a Ty Simpson from Alabama or something because you got to force it. Dan Morgan has a lot of options to solve edge rusher. Obviously, that's all just potential, right? Right now it's just two birds in the bush, right? Not yet one in the hand, but you should be pretty darn excited. Did the United States just miss a pretty good scoring chance there?
They did. There's Austin Matthews on the back door, didn't score. Then he takes a penalty right after, so, kills the power play.
All right, United States ahead 2-0 as the second period has started, just over a minute through. But as you just heard, Austin Matthews killed the penalty, so it's 4-on-4 at the moment. with all the 3-on-3 overtime, now some 4-on-4, just feels like there's a lot of space in these Olympic games. Fewer players out there. But again, that's men's ice hockey semifinals. United States, Slovakia. Winner advances to the gold medal game, where they will be facing Team Canada, who beat Finland earlier in the other half of the semifinals. That game on the gold medal game on Sunday, third place game tomorrow, bronze medal tomorrow. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We'll keep you updated on the hockey game. We'll also get you set up for what some are calling the biggest regular season college basketball game of the entire year. Number 3 Duke versus number 1 Michigan in D.C. tomorrow. Stick around.
Listen for the Did He Just Do That?
Now a steal by Brown, a spin and a dunk!
The deep looks from downtown.
McNeil lets it fly and cans it. Paul McNeil, fourth second-half triple.
Did he just do that?
Trimble draws the foul and gets the layup to go. Another three-point chance for the Hills.
The road to Indianapolis runs through 99.9 The Fan. Driven by Strategic Tax Resolution, Fairway Green, and WakeMed.
Think only current and former smokers get lung disease? Well, before you breathe a sigh of relief, WakeMed would like to remind you that even if you've never smoked in your life, secondhand smoke or environmental toxins can put you at risk. So go to wakemed.org and take our free online lung health assessment. It takes just a few minutes. And who knows, it could keep lung disease from taking your life.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-2013. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-2013. That's 800-444-2013 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
Hi, friends. This is Mark Pons with Chapel Hill Tire. In basketball, when your feet slip, the play is over. Traction keeps you in the game. The same goes for the road. That's why this January and February, you'll save $120 with free installation when you buy a full set of Michelin, Pirelli, or Uniroyal tires. Better grip on cold roads and wet pavement means more control behind the wheel. Confidence you can feel every time you drive. With 13 locations across the Triangle, we're easy to find. Book your appointment at chapelhilltire.com, save $120, and drive happy.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. All right, Dennis, give everybody an update. How did we get here? What's going on? What's the score? United States versus Slovakia, men's ice hockey, semifinals, gold medal match on the line, meaning whoever wins this goes to the gold medal match. How did we get here? What's going on?
So 2-0 United States, early goal by Dylan Larkin. He's got goals in back-to-back games. So his goal came off a nice stretch pass just on the rush from Zach Werenski. Just ripped one blocker side. The second goal for the United States came on a power play in the final minute. 40.9 seconds left in the first period. It was Tage Thompson off a pass from Jack Eichel. Just rips a one-timer near side and made it 2-0 going into the break. Come back out. Now we're 5 minutes into the second period. Both teams have taken penalties, and we're back to 5-on-5 play.
Second period thus far. The story of the penalties, that's kind of what's going on?
Yeah, so
do we have a high stick?
So the United States had a power play right at the beginning, and then Austin Matthews missed on a scoring chance. Actually, it was the pass was deflected by a Slovakian player. So anyway, it was a good scoring chance, didn't go through, and then Austin Matthews takes a hooking penalty right after missing that scoring opportunity, and that essentially killed the power play for I was going to say Carolina, but for the United States.
Jacob Slavin would be the carryover there, and it does look like the United States is about to be on another power play.
Opposite.
Oh, did I get it wrong?
Yeah, Charlie McAvoy is going to the box.
I think I may have been jerseyed there. The jerseys are too darn similar.
Too much red, white, and blue out there for you?
It's like they're too similar. Like it's they're just inverses of each other. So if they're never mind. I could describe it. It could take me a while, and I could stumble through it. Or we could just move on and say, yeah, the jerseys are too similar. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. With that being said, we will keep you updated, obviously, as the United States tries to kill another power play. But there's another really big game going on this weekend. It's not in the Olympics, but it has national implications. Duke, number 3 in the country, men's basketball, according to the AP poll. Number 2 in the country, according to most advanced analytics. Taking on number 1 in the country, in both polls and analytics, Michigan. Now, there's a few different angles to look at. And this one we haven't talked about much because, quite frankly, I don't know if it matters a ton, but it would be that Elliot Cadeau is playing for Michigan. Elliot Cadeau played his first 2 years in college basketball at Carolina. If this were in Cameron, maybe I would think it would matter more because Cadeau would have the experience of having gone into a unique location. But it's neutral court, right? It's in D.C. It's not like Michigan hasn't played in big environments, right? Michigan is a pretty darn good basketball team, and they play in the Big Ten. I know there's a little bit of like trash talking that had happened in last year with Cadeau and Patrick Gongba of Duke, but I don't think that it's like, oh, now they're going to play with more fire. This game matters a ton already. Obviously, Cadeau has his history with Carolina. I think it would be a bigger deal if he were playing Carolina than if he were playing Duke. Those are the conversations that we've come to accept in professional sports, right? When let me think of an example here. Like when Sam Darnold plays the Jets. It's like, oh, look at this. It's a revenge game. When Sam Darnold plays the Patriots, it's not like, oh, this was the rival of the team he used to play for, right? So Cadeau is playing Duke. He's not playing Carolina. I don't think it's as big a deal as it's being made out to be. What I do think is as big a deal as it's being made out to be, and it might need to be made a bigger deal, is the fact that both Duke and Michigan are gigantic. They're the two biggest by height and rotation, right? So guys that actually play. They're the two biggest teams in the country. I'm going to give you Michigan's rotation right now. And actually, Cadeau is 6'1", so he's kind of the outlier here.
No, he's not.
Cadeau is listed at 6'1", so he's kind of the outlier here, depending on what kind of hair day he's having. But other than that, Michigan goes 6'9", 6'9", 7'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'5" at the top of their rotation. And obviously that includes Cadeau. Duke is also they're actually a little bit bigger on the perimeter. They don't have the 7'3". So these are two of the bigger teams in the country, maybe the two biggest teams in the country. And what that means is they almost always walk onto the court with a certain advantage in certain aspects of the game, right? Affecting shots, standard rebounding, right? They are just the bigger team in most categories, in most matchups. When they go up against each other, neither has that fallback advantage, right? Obviously, 7'3" center gives Michigan like a little bit of a premier advantage, but also Duke isn't rocking anybody out there at 6'1" or 6'3", which Michigan does. So there's a outside of their element part of this game. There's you better maybe in other situations where you've been able to lean on your size, you're going to have to use exclusively skill. And not to mention, staying out of foul trouble becomes more difficult when you're playing somebody your own size, right? It's way more logical or easier, might be the way to say that, to just go straight up and down when the guy whose shot you're trying to block is like 4 inches shorter than yours. But when he's taller than you, it's when you try to poke it away on the way up. It's when you start getting a little riskier. And not to mention, both Landeborg, and I do my best pronouncing that name, Yaxel, and Cam Boozer, they're not used to having somebody near their talent level or near their production level at their position for the opponent. Those two guys are both All-American candidates and like old school kind of power forwards. Right, they're more from the broad-shouldered '90s forwards than the skinny big guards of current power forwards. They're a bit of a throwback. So how do you handle that when there's more of a mirror you're looking in than just somebody who is doing their best to match your strength? And then there's the maybe the most fun part of this matchup, which is it's strength on strength. When Michigan has the basketball, you will have the 4th highest scoring team in the country in possession. They average 90.6 points per game. But also, when Michigan has the basketball, you will have perhaps the best defensive team in the country, them or Houston, playing defense. Duke allows the 3rd fewest points per game at 63.2. That is insane. There is a 27-point difference between Michigan's average points scored and Duke's average points allowed. Now, chances are it's going to end up somewhere in the middle, but it's going to be like tug of war. Where does that little flag in the middle, where does it end up closer to? And can Duke have the offense, which has been up and down by their standards, let me be clear, but can they have the offense if they need to go score 80 points to beat Michigan? Because Michigan, while they aren't as prolific defensively as they are on offense, they're a good defensive team, and they have size. Right? If Duke plays like they did the 5 games previous to their most recent game against Syracuse, where they scored 100-something, Michigan is probably going to be able to do a little bit more damage than the Boston colleges and Clemsons were able to do against Duke prior to. The fact of the matter is this, and I wish you could have seen my handwritten notes as I tried to prep for this segment, because I eventually scratched them all out because I wanted to keep it simple, because that's usually the smart thing to do. You can go in and find every analytic. You can start talking about, estimated points added per possession. You can start talking about true shooting percentage. You can go in and find it every which way. But I think this is the best way to describe it. These two teams play very, very difficult schedules, right? They're in power conferences, good conferences.
And they challenge themselves in the non-conference.
And as of right now, Michigan outscores their opponents by the 2nd largest differential in the country, and Duke outscores their opponents by the 5th largest differential in the country. And the others that are up there in the mix, mid-majors, they don't play as tough a schedule. These are the 2 best teams in the country by darn near every calculation you can come up with. And when the 2 best teams in the country face off against each other in a game, by the way, that doesn't have the stakes that it seems like it would, right? It's almost like this is a bragging rights game, because if you lose, you don't fall that far because nobody really knocks you for losing to a team as good as you're playing, right? It's a quote-unquote good loss as long as it's, semi-respectable. And if you win, it doesn't even count towards your seeding in your own conference tournament. These 2 teams are likely near, if they haven't already, near solidifying themselves as number 1 seeds in the NCAA tournament, and I don't see a huge difference between the number 1 overall and the number 3 overall seed. So this is truly like a game to test yourself. It's truly a let's roll the ball out there with one of the best teams in the country and see if we can best them. I love that this game is scheduled. And actually, I'll say this. From a bigger picture standpoint, I hope the loser of this game is not hurt by it too much. Right? I hope losing this game doesn't turn one of these teams into a 2 seed. I hope losing these games doesn't knock them down in the committee's eyes, because I want more of these games scheduled. I want the what's happening? They don't look as excited as they should be, Dennis.
Jumped the gun there a little bit. My bad. That's on me. That's on me.
Right.
Jumped the gun a little bit.
Well, you got to explain.
I thought it was in. I thought the puck was in. I thought it was in. That's on me. I'll wear that one. I'll wear that.
I think my headphones are a bit louder than yesterday. That scared me. Like, that legit startled me. That.
See, the puck was in. See, the puck was in, but they're now waving it off.
All right.
So they initially waved it. Oh, they're saying it was kicked in by Gensel. See, I did see the puck in the net. But they're saying a kick by Jake Gensel off his left skate.
We're going to talk about what just happened.
Yeah, that's a kicking motion.
So Team USA is playing Slovakia, semifinals, Olympic hockey. Winner goes to the gold medal game. United States has a 2-0 lead. We're in the second period. And, Jake Gensel, former Kane, he definitely just kind of like heel kicked it. Right into the net. But so that's going to be taken away. It did go in the net, which is why Dennis fired our celebration music.
I was quick on it.
Here's my. We need to talk to Gensel. We need to get Gensel. We need to teach him something. Now, you don't advocate for breaking the rules, right? Mm-hmm. But you might advocate for bending the rules. And the moment that puck hit the back of the net, Jake Gensel looked like a dog that had piddled in the living room and you just found it. He looked like the most guilty, like, nope, I kicked it. I kicked it. And like, do you know what you do? You skate away, you go to a knee, you fist bump, you hug your teammates. You got to sell the goal. If you're going to kick it, you can't immediately go, yep, kicked it, this guy right here. Refs might give you one if you sell it. I used to tell my wide receivers, even though there was review and everything, hey, man, if it skips up into you, stand up, point first down. Let's get back on the line here. Let's see if we can refs might not even think to look at it if we sell it as much as we should.
Dropped what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Drop anything.
I've never seen a more, I kicked that in player in my life than Jake Gensel after he kicked that in.
I will say this. So the United States had a power play. They did not score. Got a lot of really good looks on it, but they kept just keeping the pressure on Slovakia in the offensive end. Even when the puck did come out, they quickly got the puck back in. Slovakia couldn't change. So on the ensuing shift right afterwards, the United States would just continue to wear Slovakia down. You could tell they're starting to really impose their will here in the second period. The United States is. Their forecheck has been great.
Which we should acknowledge. We've been obviously paying really close attention to the entire bracket of the Olympics. There's been quite a few comebacks. There's been quite a few 2-goal leads that end up in overtime. 1-goal leads late that get erased. So, I'm jokingly yelling 100 goals. What I'm really saying is keep shooting, keep the pedal to the floor, keep pressure on them, right? Keep the puck in the offensive zone. Whether you have the man advantage or not, whether you have your top line out there or not, let's be real. Every line for the United States could be a top line. Like, keep it full throttle, because 2-goal leads, as the cliche is, it's the worst lead in hockey. I'm not sure I agree with that, but we've seen them disintegrate pretty quickly here in the game. So, United States, keep the pedal to the floor. Now, where were we? All right, Duke, Michigan, big game tomorrow, although the stakes probably are perceived higher than they actually are.
By the way, if you're a college basketball fan just as a whole, tomorrow is a great day for you because obviously we have Duke versus Michigan, 1-3, and then 2-4. Houston. Okay, let's go. This one's for real. This one's for real, Tim. Let's go.
USA,
let's go.
USA.
Is that Jack Hughes, baby?
Which Hughes was it?
Jack
I saw
Hughes, baby. Let's go. Jack Hughes, baby.
Are you sure that wasn't Quinn?
No, it was Jack. That's
Either
Jack,
way,
baby.
Either way, way to go, boys! Keep that pedal to the floor. That was a nice little move, too.
Let's go.
Yeah. Jack Hughes will remember that one. 3-0 the score, United States over Slovakia.
Let's go. That was for real this time.
I'm going to say it again, 100 goals. Don't let up. Don't let them breathe. This is where you need a good Herb Brooks speech.
I think we're 1-1 in the goal department, sir.
We are 1-1 in the goal department, but there's going to be 100 more. So there's plenty.
There's a lot left.
A lot of tallies left to go. In our goal scorer draft earlier, Dennis did draft Jack Hughes. I believe that was his second-round pick. No, that was your first-round pick.
It was. Oh!
Another one? Fire it up! 100 goals!
Let's go! Let's go! Goals! Jack Eichel, baby, let's go! 4-0, baby! Leave no doubts!
100 goals, full throttle. Yeah, that was a nice one, too. A little backhand. Number 9, Neil Broughton, where you at? Here's the sometimes I'm going coincidence with it. I'm not suggesting credit by any kind, but it is great when you go on a little speech on a radio show about how you just hope they keep shooting and keep the full throttle and keep the pressure on, and then they score 2 goals in like 20 seconds as soon as the rant is over. And now we have Slovakia changing goaltenders.
Yeah, goalie change.
Got him rattled. United States had 4-0 men's ice hockey semifinal winter games. Canada was pushed to the brink by Finland earlier in the day. Canada did end up with the win, so they are awaiting in the gold medal game. The United States is 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second period against Slovakia with a 4-0 lead. And I will once again say, keep the pedal all the way to the floor. Keep gunning. 100 goals. That was a couple of Kachucks on the assist for the Eichel goal. I didn't see the assist for the Hughes goal.
Zach Werenski.
Nice. So you are now up 2-1.
I am.
Goal scorer. All right. Now let's see who's going to come up next. Who's due here? I think Quinn Hughes is due. Oh, Austin Matthews is definitely going to get one. This is Austin.
This is perfect.
This is Austin Matthews' time.
This is Austin Matthews. 6 minutes left in the third on a power play.
Yep.
Makes it 5-0.
Hopefully,
Austin
if it's 6 minutes left in the third, it'll be 8-0. But at least hopefully. But no, Austin Matthews is definitely going to get one. I'm confident in that. That this is where you can start joking with the players who are on NHL teams you don't like, because it's 4-0. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. But again, we've seen leads dwindle this Olympics. So 4-0, make it 5-0. The best part about 5-0 is it could be 6-0, and continue. All right, let's jump. The basketball game is going to be a big game tomorrow. Duke, Michigan. Enjoy.
As I was saying before, I was extremely gratefully interrupted by a USA goal, is that Arizona and Houston, number 2 and number 4 in the country, also play each other tomorrow as well. So if you just love college basketball, there you go.
Houston is the other, at least when it comes to how you compare, it's either Houston or Duke with the best defense in the entire country. Those teams will lock you up, and they're going to be tested. So now we look towards a different sport for Duke. Why, might you ask? Because Walker Eget was granted a waiver by the NCAA for an additional season of eligibility, which means he will likely be, or at least will be given likely the first chance to, be the starting quarterback for Duke. He comes from San Jose State, veteran, experienced option, as ESPN described him, with 5,563 yards and 30 passing touchdowns in his career, 3,051 and 17 touchdowns, 3,051 yards and 17 touchdowns, came last year, ready for this, as a senior at San Jose State. Because he's already been in college football for 5 years, but he had an injury 1 year, which apparently means he gets to play forever as long as he once had an injury. But the waiver was granted, 2-year starter from San Jose State, joining Duke. This is a late scramble for Duke, and I don't think it is disrespectful to describe it as such, right? With the final hours of the transfer portal opening ticking away, they still thought they were going to have one of the best quarterbacks in the country in Darian Mensah, accepting their large amounts of financial support and remaining their starting quarterback after leading the ACC in darn near every passing stat this past year. We know what happened there, right? It got dramatic. There were courts involved. There were settlements. Mensah's playing for Miami next year, and Duke had to go into the quarterback waters fishing for a quarterback when many of the big names had already committed. Thus, Walker Eget, who needed a waiver, ended up being one of their options, and now it looks like he will be an available option. I did the most rudimentary kind of, I didn't watch a ton of San Jose State this past year, so I did a real rudimentary kind of breakdown, try to learn what I could learn this afternoon. Veteran player. He's played some football, 2-year starter. Physically, meaning, arm strength and running ability and mobility and whatever else, accuracy. He's less physically talented than Malik Murphy, Duke's quarterback 2 years ago, who had an absolute cannon, and Darian Mensah, who had the mobility and also had an unbelievable accurate arm. This is going to be different, right? You're not going to be able to lean on those physical traits. So Jonathan Brewer, the offensive coordinator for Duke, is going to have to flex. I've been a fan of his. I've been a fan of Brewer, the way he calls a game, the way he takes advantage of his players' skill sets, the situational play calling he's had. But, the games that I've watched closely, the games that I've paid attention to, he's always had kind of a dude or at least somebody with a unique skill set at quarterback, and I'm kind of excited to see what he can do with more of a – and I'm not saying this is a negative because I hate that it's become an insult – more of a game manager at quarterback than a dynamic playmaker at quarterback. I think this offense next year will start and likely first, second option will be Nate Shepard, the running back who's really good and did decide to stick around despite the fact that I'm sure he could have cashed out in a lot of ways in the market, in the transfer portal market. And Eget's going to have to be good enough to keep teams honest. And obviously with Manny Diaz, there's a certain level of defense that you always expect from a team he coaches. But it's kind of the thing I talk about with coaches where an athletic director has to have in a notebook that no one knows about, like the 5 names that they would go to if their coach ever wanted to leave, because you have to work so quickly in those situations. I almost think at the important positions, coaches need to have just a running list that they keep updated weekly with the quarterbacks they would go to if they were thrown into the quarterback market right now. If this guy takes us to court, says he wants to leave, where do we go? And maybe Walker Eget was that guy for Duke. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Dennis, what's going on in the hockey game here?
We currently have a United States power play as they're up 4-0 with just over 3 minutes to play. And here's the thing that the United States is doing very well in terms of the power play is obviously they're 1 for 3 and they're generating a lot of chances. But anytime Slovakia actually gets the puck out of the zone, the United States is so quick to get the puck back in that Slovakia doesn't have a chance to change. Second period, so you have the longer change. You're further away from your bench. So Slovakia is just getting hemmed in, and the United States is just pouncing on them.
Another minute here in the power play, just under 3 minutes to play in the second period. And as you heard Dennis say, 4-0. The lead for Team USA over Slovakia at the moment, and they're going to keep trying to add to that. They are still firing away, and I like that about them. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We do have, coming up next, real, bold predictions. But first, Dennis Cox has a message.
I do. Dennis Cox here, real quick, from my friends over at Law Tigers. Here's the thing about Law Tigers and their attorneys, is that Law Tigers, their attorneys are part of the motorcycle riding community. They understand what your bike and your gear are worth, and also they understand the risks of being out there on the road. That's why your case evaluation is always free, and that's why you don't pay a dime until your case settles when it comes to Law Tigers. But as I said, Law Tigers, they're part of the motorcycle riding community, and the Law Tigers, they want to give back, especially to you hockey fans out there. The Law Tigers are once again teaming up with your Carolina Hurricanes to give one lucky Caniac a custom Canes Ducati motorcycle, courtesy of Art Moto Garage and Shiny Side Paint. The bike, it's absolutely amazing. If you want to see it in person, just swing by Art Moto Garage. It's located right here in Raleigh. Shiny Side Paint, also located right here in Raleigh as well. Did a fantastic job of putting that bike together. It's gorgeous. You want to see pictures of it, go to caniacsbike.com. That's actually where you enter for your chance to win, caniacsbike.com. But I encourage you to go see the bike in person. When you see it, you'll fall in love with it, because I saw it in person and I was like, I want this. But I can't have it, but you can. caniacsbike.com. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. We'll be back with real bold predictions in just a minute.
The world's best athletes in Italy are going for the gold, and 99.9 The Fan will help you follow them for all 16 days of the Winter Games through February 22nd. Listen for all the action from across the Atlantic. Check in often for event finals from Italy and the updated medal count as the USA takes on the world. Updates from the Winter Games on 99.9 The Fan are presented by WakeMed.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Canes hockey is back, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Canes on the ice. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside, official hard tea and lemonade of the Carolina Hurricanes. Sold in arena and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
It's Ram Truck Month right now at John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington. Drive home a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 for 20% off. Or pick your financing deal. 0% for 60 months or 2.9% for 72 months. America's best-selling truck comes with a terrific powertrain limited warranty. 10 years or 100,000 miles. Excludes RHO and tungsten. See dealer for details. So get off your keister and get to John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington today.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity in your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto. In a matter of days, they had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact and didn't even need an appraisal. With all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2 car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You could do it too. LoanPronto.com. Their rapid equity loan program can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it. Consolidated all their high interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine, pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier, get your life back. Interest rates are at a 3-year low. Call Loan Pronto, 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com, 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Another one for the United States men's hockey team while we were on break. And then they drew another penalty, so they're actually on the power play. The score 5 for the United States men's hockey team, 0 for Slovakia. Jack Hughes again.
Let's go.
So Dennis now leads in our goal scorer draft 3-1.
Yeah, I do.
Appreciate it, Tage Thompson, for getting me on the board. If you're looking for a quick statistical breakdown, as they do head into the intermission, we have a goal, meaning we, the United States, from Jack Eichel. 2 goals from Jack Hughes. Dylan Larkin opened the scoring with a goal. Tage Thompson, as I mentioned, has a goal. When it comes to assists, Zach Werenski's got 3 of them.
Yeah, I know. I predicted him to score today. I didn't realize he was going to get 3 apples.
Quinn Hughes also with an apple. Tage Thompson, Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel, Matt Boldy, all with assists. That's how you end up with 5 goals through the first 2 periods. 5 zippy the score. Slovakia already switched goalies. They are obviously in a little bit of a scramble mode, down 5-0. And I mean, they got to start work. They got a bronze medal match if it stays like this that they got to play tomorrow. So
that's right.
We'll see where they end up mentally for this third period. But the United States, as I've been saying all day, 100 goals. Don't stop till you get 100 goals. Keep scoring, and making memories. Right? It's cool. Get everybody an Olympic goal. I imagine they get to keep pucks and things. So go score one. Get a puck for your man cave. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. For elsewhere at the Winter Games, it's time for the WakeMed Winter Games medal count from Italy. In total medals, there is a race for second place. Not really a race for first place. Norway, total medals, 37. They are running away with it, first place. Still, obviously, more medals to earn, but as it stands right now, Norway in total medals leads the way with 37. The United States, we are in second with 29. Italy, third, 27 total medals. Japan would be the first off the podium if you go with that analogy, at 24. If you only count gold medals, that's completely okay. Norway leads the way with I believe a Winter Games record, most gold medals by one country in a Winter Games, a singular Winter Games, with 17 for Norway thus far. United States has 10, I should say. Italy with 9, Netherlands next up with 8. That is the gold medal count from Italy. And that is your WakeMed Winter Games medal count from Italy. Now,
should we just go ahead and add at least one more to our medal count because of how we're playing in hockey right now?
Are you a fan of counting chickens before they hatch?
I mean, the eggs are in the carton. What are we talking about here?
They haven't hatched officially. They're moving. They're shaking.
I'm scrambling. I don't know what you're talking about here.
Hey, definitely not scrambling. Got another whole 20 minutes. Opportunity for 5 more goals to score for the United States. If you're wondering where Canada is, I just like to keep people updated on that as we do these medal count updates. 1, 2, 3. Do you want golds or totals for Canada first?
Yes.
Standing. All right, we'll start with gold medals. They have 4, which is good for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A tie for 11th in gold medals is Canada. And if you're going total medals, they have 17, which is good for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. That's where Canada is in the medal counts. All right, let's quickly get to a game of our own while the men's hockey game is in intermission. The game that we will play is called Real Bold Predictions. We have, there it is, the not bold enough buzzer, and we also have the bold enough bell. I make what I think is a bold prediction, and if I get a bell, beautiful, we're on to the next. If it's not bold enough, you will hear the not bold enough buzzer, and I'll have to make it bolder on the spot until we get to a bell. Well, let's go with this game right here. Austin Matthews goal. Austin Matthews, 2 points.
Justin the third?
I don't think he has any yet, right? Did I say?
I don't think he does, actually. No. All right, so Austin Matthews 2 points. Okay, so we'll come within third. All right. I'll take that.
I just think it's quintessential, right? I mean, it's just classic Matthews. He's gonna put up some stats here that make his totals at the end of the tournament look really, really good. Another hockey one, a little bit different here. Sebastian Aho averages 1.25 points per game for the rest of the season when returning to the Canes.
That's a career high pace.
Yes, but obviously just for a third of the season.
But still, that's still a good chunk of time to maintain that. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very bold.
I think he is, as I said earlier, I think this Olympics is the finishing touches on the overlap. He's going to come back a wizened veteran who has seen everything 3 times in his career, and he's still young enough to where the athleticism is at its peak. So he's going to put it all together. I'm predicting if we count this as a half year remaining, the next 2.5 years, peak Aho. I think that when we look back on the end of his career, the next 2.5 years are going to be that's when it all clicked.
So I'm gonna assume he misses a game or two because coming back from the Olympics, they might give him an extra day just to let his body recover with the travel and everything. Same with Slavin and Jarvis.
Very true.
And then also you might just see them rest at a game or so at the end of the season. So let's say he plays 23 of the remaining games. You're looking at about 29 points in those 23 games.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking at.
That's fair. That's pretty bold because especially he's consistently been a point per game guy.
Yeah, I think, and hopefully, like from now on, right? It's the new Aho is maybe not 1.25, but 1.16, something like that, and it's just that next level that's there for the next 2.5, 3 years. UNC at Syracuse tomorrow, men's basketball, 1:00 game up there in upstate New York, which I've lived in upstate New York, February. Better go to the basketball game. Not a lot of other stuff. Jaron Stevenson, 15 or more points. Basehart might play. We don't know. You know what?
But if he does, he's going to be limited, and Stevenson's still going to start alongside Basehart.
Stevenson, 20 or more. Let's get real quick. I think he's getting more comfortable. I think he can actually be more selfish. I think he's been efficient, and I'm kind of like, no, up the volume a little bit. See if that efficiency sticks around, particularly while Wilson is still out. Duke versus Michigan. Number 3 Duke versus number 1 Michigan in D.C. tomorrow. Isaiah Evans will go 17 or more points. I was prepared to go to 20. I feel like I stole.
Well, like you've talked about so far today, is that Michigan and Duke have 2 of the toughest defenses in the country.
And I just think, and you can correct me on this because it's vibes here, right? So this isn't a statistical argument. Isaiah Evans has big game swagger. He does. He has, if he hits his first 2, it could get quick. It could get going, and he could be shimmying, and he could be doing the three fingers over his face and everything. He could get it rolling. Let's flip this one for you. This is to see, what Dennis thinks is bold. Cam Boozer, 18-8. 20-10. All right. I was thinking you were going to make me go further to make that bold.
I think, like we talked about, just the physicality and how tough Michigan's defense is. I think this might be a lower scoring game. It would not surprise me if this game's like 67-62 final.
Interesting. Okay. I hope, and I want to make sure I get the guy's name right. Michigan has a 7-foot, 3-inch center. And I was looking at it earlier. I was watching some tape, as you do. Oh, goodness gracious. If I type in Michigan roster at this point in the year, that doesn't mean I want to see their football roster. I was looking at this. It was Ade Mara, 7'3", 255-pound junior from Spain. I hope Boozer gets one-on-one opportunities with him because I want to see Boozer, who's listed at 6'9", right? Obviously tall dude, strong dude, but he's not 7'3". I want to see him footwork, pump fake, up and unders. I want to see him go to work on a 7'3", pretty good defender. 20-10, bold. Last one here. How about ACC gets 9 teams into the NCAA tournament? I actually think that's like 8. I'm very comfortable with 9. I'm very surprised if it happens. I think it's kind of already settled on 8, but I'll take 9. Don't get me wrong. And you know what? One more, and I'm gonna make you better not say this is bold. USA men's hockey gold medal. Exactly. USA men's hockey gold medal, and Jacob Slavin scores in the gold medal game. There we go. Does he even have shots on goal in this tournament yet?
He might have one.
He'll be his assignment will be different than scoring goals when he's out there.
Yeah, I think his assignment is pretty straightforward. Yeah, just take the puck away and get it to everyone else.
There you go.
That's pretty simple.
We got scores. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. That is real, bold prediction. And apparently it's not bold enough. It is intermission between the second and third period of Team USA against Slovakia, men's ice hockey. It is a semifinal. Winner goes to face Canada in the gold medal game on Sunday.
So we're winning this,
Okay.
obviously. We're going to win this. I need to know, is there a watch party going on Sunday anywhere? I need pancakes and pucks. Pucks and pancakes Sunday morning.
I don't know if anybody is doing this yet. Doug Ford, who I believe is maybe like the governor of something, Ontario. He tweeted this out. The entire country. This is Canada. So So when I say the entire country, this is from him, not me, right? The entire country will be watching on Sunday morning as our men's hockey team plays for Olympic gold. To help us all celebrate Team Canada, the province will be allowing bars and restaurants across the province to sell alcohol starting at 6 a.m. Eastern.
Nice.
Let's all come together, support local businesses, and cheer on Team Canada.
Hey, you know what? I respect that 100% because I hope that happens here.
I was going to say, somebody's got to match that, right? That's
For real.
That's got to be drink responsibly, but drink and watching hockey.
I got a question. If you're on the West Coast and you want to watch the game, it's like 5 a.m. puck drop. You just stay up?
Yes.
Just stay up all night?
Absolutely.
Just like take a big nap Saturday, stay up all night?
I mean, Hawaii is going to get like an 11 o'clock p.m. puck drop. There
you go.
That's just like when the Canes are playing, Seattle. That's just a late night puck drop.
That's true. For them, it's USA After Dark.
Yeah, they have Team USA gold medal match after dark out there in the islands.
I'm not used to sports this late.
They always get weird times. No, but actually, I don't hate a morning because what time?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. For some reason, I thought is it 8:10? They've been
Probably.
big on the 10s. I don't hate a morning wake up and watch sports. It's like you don't need your caffeine when you wake up and just get intense power plays at 8:15. You don't need the same pick-me-ups.
I'm in on this.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We will get to the starting five and keep you updated on the semifinal match between USA and Slovakia. United States big lead early, or actually kind of late. We're heading towards the third period. Starting five next.
Adam.
I'm Adam Gold, and I'm there.
Tim.
I'm Tim Donnelly, and I'm there.
Dennis.
I'm Dennis Cox, and I'm there.
Victoria.
I'm Victoria Bodenecker, and I'm there.
Paul.
I'm Paul Eihander, and I'm there too.
You'll find them all here on the brand new 99.9 The Fan app. To work, to school, the beach, the mountains, the arena, take The Fan with you wherever you go. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
You pull up at a McDonald's drive-thru at the crack of dawn to get your $3 crispy chicken biscuit. You've been craving it all night. It was a very long night, but your taste buds pulled through. Those are no ordinary taste buds, and you are no ordinary human. You are a champion, and you deserve a $3 crispy chicken biscuit. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Looking to play better golf this season? Start at Global Golf, your first stop to better golf. Get professionally fit for the new 2026 golf clubs from top brands like Callaway, Cobra, Ping, and TaylorMade. And for a limited time, trade in your current clubs and receive a 50% trade-in bonus. Call today to schedule your fitting appointment at Global Golf, home of the best deals in golf. Visit us in North Raleigh at 7320 ACC Boulevard. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I am here with Patrick Day of the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. I'm on your website. Gutter helmets right on the front of the website. Do you have a gutter helmet to fit my head? I have a small head.
We have a gutter helmet for every head, Adam. So anyhow, if you give us a call, we'll come out and take a look at your windows, doors, siding, roofing, gutters, and of course we can do the gutter helmet. We have financing programs that are really good. So we have like 12 months with zero payments for 12 months. You don't have to pay anything. So if you're thinking about home improvements and you're thinking you're saving up for it, just come on and see us and we'll go ahead and get you set up and get your project done and you can pay in 12 months from now.
I feel like you're speaking directly to me. If it's for the exterior of your home, there is no better place than the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. You can find them online, aluminumcompany.com. Siding, roofing, windows, entry doors, storm doors, and the world-famous gutter helmets. Aluminum Company of North Carolina, 1-800-672-4348.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, Injury Lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Amy Wilmoth. We should stay dry through the evening hours. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s this afternoon. Felt pretty nice outside. Overnight tonight, a few passing showers with temperatures in the low 50s. And scattered showers for the first half of your Saturday with highs in the low 60s.
Weather update brought to you by Blue Shark Vodka, the world's smoothest vodka. Pour Blue Shark Vodka at all your events to lift everyone's spirits. Blue Shark Vodka, the shark that doesn't bite. 5 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones at the closing bell today, up 230 points to 49,626. This hour of the drive is brought to you by Law Tigers. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS before you call your insurance company. Case evaluations are always free, and you don't pay a dime until your case settles. Law Tigers, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers.
It's 5 o'clock. Time to serve up the biggest sports stories of the day. Here comes your starting five.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. Happy Friday to you all. Friday at 5 o'clock. Thank you for starting your weekend with us. We'll keep, folks. You made it. Hopefully your weekend started about at least 3:10. 3 o'clock with us, but men's hockey. 3:10 start. We've been keeping you updated. Score 5-0 at the moment. United States over Slovakia. Still one period left to play. With that being said, it is time to start the starting five, starting with number 5.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Duke football. It took you a little bit of time to get the double stamp, the triple stamp official, but you have your quarterback. Walker Eget has had his waiver approved by the NCAA. He will be eligible for another season of football in college, and he's going to be playing with Duke. San Jose State, 2-year starter, into the transfer portal, hoping to get another year due to an injury he had years ago. He was given the medical redshirt waiver necessary, and as of yesterday, it is official. He'll be available and likely be the quarterback, at least to get the first crack at replacing Darian Mensah. And this might be the test for a program like Duke, where being a really good program is great. The test of a really good program is, can you have to replace guys? Can you deal with roster turnover? And you're right, your culture is the culture, your standard is the standard. Can you be one of the better teams in the ACC with a quarterback that kind of did you a little dirty, and then you got to replace him, and you got to replace it on the fly, and you lose your receiver, but you keep your running back, and this guy and that guy, and these guys go pro, right? Because Chandler Rivers and Brian Parker and a few others are already on their way. It's not easy. Nobody said it would be. But Duke at least knows one of their options at quarterback is now officially an option at quarterback because Walker Eget is approved. Threw for about 3,000 yards. I think it was like 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions last year for San Jose. So you're going to want a little step up in production from him, but he's a veteran, right? He's been in college for basically half a decade already. And you get to borrow all that experience from San Jose State and just go put it on the field for you. At least he'll be a little bit more settled than starting a freshman. That's number 5. Let's get to number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 all together.
It's time for the Wake Med Winter Games medal count from Italy, and then I have a few stories from the Winter Games that I'd like to pass along. In total medals, Norway continues to lead the way. Norway has 37 total medals, United States with 29, Italy with 27 in third, Japan fourth with 24. If you just count gold medals, it's still Norway up top, 17. It's still United States in second with 10. Italy still in third with 9. And then there's the Netherlands actually are in fourth with 18. That is the gold medal count, and we will keep you updated on that. And yes, if you assume that this 5-0 lead in men's hockey is safe for the United States, then they would guarantee themselves a medal. It would be decided on Sunday whether it is of the gold or silver variety. But there's a good chance the United States has at least one more medal on the way. And that has been the Wake Med Winter Games medal count from Italy. In some other stories around the Winter Games, we have to highlight, let me make sure I get her name right, Alyssa Liu. Obviously, anytime you're watching the Olympics, and I'll give you this, I blindly root for the United States, right? I turn on whatever Peacock, USA, whatever channel has got the games, and I don't know their names a lot of times. I don't know the sport a lot of times, but if you got USA on your chest, I'm all in. And then you learn some of the stories, and you're like, I think I'd root for you for any team. I am currently, just like where I am in life, right? My son is about to turn 5. Got a bunch of friends and family members with kids that are a bit older, so the youth sports conversations are all over my life right now. Check out, You Think? The Greg Olson podcast is all about how parents can handle youth sports and not take it too seriously, but support the kids and all that. Alyssa Liu went through basically super duper elite figure skating and burnt out at 16, quit the sport. At 18, casually, she's in college, goes, checks out a rink, right? Just like, let me see if I still got it. Realizes the break restarted her fire, or whatever you want to call it. 2 years later, she won gold medals. She won the gold. It had been 24 years since an American had won an individual Olympic gold in figure skating, entering Thursday's free skate. Alyssa Liu got the gold. The 20-year-old, who's kind of become known for bleached hair, if you don't know her name and you're thinking about it, just a couple years from unretiring, which is hilarious because she unretired at like 20. I didn't know you could retire at 16, or unretired at like 18. Landed a triple, I wrote this down, a triple flip to open her skate, followed with a triple Lutz, triple toe loop combo. Skated off the ice, and I like this. She was like a linebacker. She said, "That's what I'm bleeping talking about."
Oh yeah, I saw that last night. My fiance and I were watching.
She gave off like, I just got a big sack on 3rd and long. Like she
let's go.
She was jacked. Her score 150.20 shattered her previous season best, and then paired with the other parts of the event, gold medal. Let's go. Love it. Also want to give a shout out to Alana Myers-Taylor. She won gold in the the mono bob, as they call it, the mono bobsled, the one-person bobsled. You ready for this? She is one of the most decorated bobsledders in women's bobsledding history. Her first Olympics, let me make sure I get this right. Vancouver 16 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Since including that Vancouver run all the way up until earlier this week, she had 3 silver and 2 bronze medals across 2 different events, but had never gotten gold. She got gold in the monobob, 41 years old, to become the oldest individual Olympic champion at a Winter Games, overtaking Austrian snowboarder Benjamin Karl, who was 40. That's a nice little end cap on an unbelievable career. In a sport, by the way, that doesn't it doesn't get the funding and everything, and like you need to have another job usually. Some of the travel and everything is on your own. There's only 17 Olympic quality bobsled tracks in the world, and only 2 in America. 1 in Utah, 1 in Lake Placid, and that's it. So not a lot of opportunities there to just keep at it for 16 years plus, gunning for that gold. So want to give her a shout out for the perseverance. So you said you rode on a bobsled, right?
Yes.
And that was at Lake Placid?
It was.
Yeah, so you've been on like one of 3 training tracks that like United States has access to. That's crazy.
If you get a chance to do it, I highly encourage it. It's cool.
Yeah, I would. I'd have to be the driver. Give me those little D hooks, and I'm making it happen.
I ain't letting you drive.
I wouldn't let me drive.
I wouldn't let you drive.
Monobob maybe. Then I would.
Well, you would have no choice.
I wouldn't feel like I'd be nervous for people to be riding with me. That would be the issue there. All right, what number was that? That was number 4. Let's get to number 3.
Trimble pushing the pace. Gets deep, draws the foul, and gets the layup to go. Another 3-point chance for the Heels.
Carolina men's basketball tomorrow at Syracuse, 1 o'clock. Obviously, the athletes are likely chomping at the bit to play this one, to distance themselves and show that the effort, the execution that they put on the floor against NC State in their last game is not who they are. I would imagine Syracuse is going to get a pretty angry version of Carolina, which I think is good for Carolina. United States just gave up the shutout. They gave up a goal to Slovakia. They're still up. United States still up 5-1 men's hockey semifinals.
It's fine. You know,
the shutout would have felt good, but I'm not going to be. Beggars won't be choosers. Nope. Just get the win. All right. So anyway, going back to what we were saying, Carolina angry, wants a win, desperately needs a win, going up against Syracuse. Likely, or I should say, will not have Caleb Wilson. We are still up in the air on the status of Henry Vasar, but I can give you the update directly from the coach's mouth. Here's Hubert Davis, head coach Carolina, on the status of Henry Vasar.
He's getting better every day. Had an individual workout yesterday. He's planning on participating in practice today, limited basis, but he is still questionable. So we just got to see how practice goes.
I think you err on the side of caution. I think it's the most important thing for Carolina right now. And we only saw their best for like a 2 or 3 game stretch. That kind of ended with the Duke win. But the idea for Carolina is to make sure you have your team playing as well as it possibly can and as healthy as it possibly can when you hit the ACC tournament. And with that, I think you need to really look forward towards Vasar being healthy. Now, granted, if the trainers and Vasar say he's good, he's not risking further injury, you play him because he's that good and he can make a huge difference against Syracuse. But also, you need to make sure your guard play is significantly better than it was against NC State. And and Dennis, you can weigh in on this as well because I'm not 100% on this. I don't get the vibe that it was just like an off shooting day for the perimeter against State. I think a lot of those threes were open. I think a lot of them were in rhythm. I think a lot of the shots taken were in rhythm, and they weren't falling. I think they need to work to maybe get better shots or different shots, get to the bucket more, get it to the big men more, whatever it is. But the perimeter essentially shot them out of the game early against NC State.
Yeah, they did. They didn't get enough paint touches. It was just the ball. It felt like, at least on those 3-point shots, they weren't coming after dribble penetration and kick. At least in my opinion, I don't think they got enough. There's a lot of offensive rebounds straight into threes. But I almost wonder if it was a little hero ball, a little like Vasar and Wilson aren't in, so I will put it on my shoulders when it's actually like, no, give those same touches to Stevenson and High. They're actually being kind of efficient shooting the basketball, and you can still play your game through the bigs. So we'll see. But Syracuse, at Syracuse, by the way, that'll be a game where Carolina has to bring their own energy in a suitcase. Not sure how live the dome will be up there. But they should have a lot of fire coming out of that State game and a big opportunity for them to wipe the slate clean a little bit. That is number 3. Let's get to number 2.
Just the 2 of us. 10 seconds now. Looks to the right, a screen from Evans. Feeds it to him on the left for 3. Got it! Isaiah Evans showing off in the Garden.
Duke at. I shouldn't say at. It is Duke versus Michigan, and they are playing it up in Capital One Arena in D.C. It is a non-conference game. It is 2 of the 3 at worst best teams in the country, maybe the 2 best teams in the country. This is, I would say, a star-making opportunity as much as it is like a team prove-it opportunity. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this game. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this game. It's kind of this ipso facto exhibition Final Four where the number 1 team in the country by the AP poll is facing the number 3 and the number 2 is facing the number 4 on the same day. And if you put up a big performance, if you have a highlight dunk, if you go on fire from 3, your status will rise. Your star will rise. So with that, I think, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. If we go Landeborg and we go Cam Boozer, our signed, sealed, delivered stars, I think this game could come down to what secondary players have that feel for the moment, right? Does Isaiah Evans catch fire for a 4-minute stretch from 3 and have 12 points? Does maybe Elliot Cadeau against an old foe have a day where he lights some people up and sets some guys up and does the whole highlight point guard thing? Yeah, I imagine Cam Boozer and Landeborg are some of the more dependable players, like to their coaches in the country. Dusty May, John Shire, don't worry about those guys. Just assume they're going to be playing pretty high-level basketball. So it might be who else steps up and has that star-making performance in a big game. For Duke, it's the usual suspects, right? Could be Gongba, could be Isaiah Evans, as I brought up, maybe Dame Sarr, right? Could be a few guys. Caden Boozer, maybe he comes off the bench. But whatever it is, I don't think this is one you win, with solid defense and 1-star performance on offense. I think you're going to need a few more hands on deck. And then my other point that I've been making all day about the game is losing isn't the end of the world, which sounds crazy because I'm such like a no moral victories person. But it's a non-conference game, doesn't impact your standing in the ACC or Big Ten. A loss to either of these teams, I don't think the committee would really hurt you for too much because the team you're playing is one of the best in the country. So it's like, all right, it's a good loss if that exists. I think it's an opportunity to raise your fame score more than it is an opportunity or risking anything tangible on your record. And just to point it out, like they're 49-3 combined. Their 3 losses have come by a total of 5 points and like 1 minute of game time. Like their bona fides are secured. They don't need this win to prove anything, but they darn sure want it because they're competitors. That is number 2. How about we count down to number 1? Oh, this is the okie doke?
Yeah, this is we're celebrating here.
The United States leads Slovakia semifinals, men's hockey, winter games out there in Italy. The score is 5-1. They are nearing the midway point of the third period. Just over 11 minutes to play in the contest. United States still gunning, and another opportunity there. Dennis, as you've done for us a few times today, how did we get here? What is the vibe? What is the United States doing well?
So in the second period, you really saw the United States just physically impose their will, just the way they were able to possess the puck in the offensive end. You just look at the shots on goal, 35-16 in favor of the United States. And you saw them get multiple power play opportunities. Obviously, they scored on a couple of them, but also just even building momentum, even on power plays that didn't capitalize, they were able to still build momentum and just really just wear Slovakia down is where things are. There is something a little bit of note here to keep in mind. Tage Thompson was kept out of the third period because of precautionary reason was what they stated. So he's not there in the third, but they said just precautionary. So I think he's okay. It may have tweaked a little something. Apparently it may have came after a shot block or maybe got pushed down to the ice or something along those lines. But he was still walking but didn't have his skates on. So again, it was just precautionary reasons. I think they realized, hey, we're up 5-0 going into the third. You can sit here for the next 20 minutes and make sure you're good to go for Sunday.
Well, this obviously casts an entire shadow over our goal scorer prediction draft because Tage Thompson definitely would have scored 2 in the third period to tie it up. I'm down 3-1. He's already scored 1 and was just buzzing for more. So an injury might end up holding me back a little bit.
Oh, yes. Is that Jack Hughes already scored twice?
Yeah, exactly. Tage Thompson was buzzing much more.
Jack
than the guy
scored also?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Tage was going to outscore all of them by himself.
Of course.
Until the injury. I did just search for it on Twitter, and I can pass along a little bit of an update here. Not being – I was obviously joking right there, but being more serious. Elliot Friedman tweeted out, similar to what Dennis said, Thompson not on the USA bench to start the third, but he added he doesn't think it was a shot block, was just walking through. So Tage Thompson was just walking through the corridors with no skates.
Yep.
So that's what we know. No skates.
We'll find out more after the game.
Yes, and it's, you got to play the logic game of when you're up 5-1, you probably are ridiculously cautious. Can't be sloppy, as a little bit got there just as we were speaking for the United States. Can't get sloppy. Keep trying to score. Keep the pedal to the floor. But you can be a little cautious if somebody like Tage Thompson is dealing with a little tweak of something. Let's talk about, and I'm not even superstitious, so I don't know why I'm balking at this. Canada's waiting, right? It's going to be a bright and early Eastern time Sunday matchup between the winner of this one, which the United States wins 5-1, or is winning 5-1. Canada's waiting. Canada, here's what I'll say about Canada, right? If we're looking forward towards that matchup. On paper and in like eye test, they are a wagon, right? They are a team that has just waves of pretty darn impressive lines to throw at you. Size, skill. Celebrini skated, 26 minutes today as they were chasing kind of come from behind opportunities. 18 of the last 40 minutes, I think he was on the ice for. And that guy wasn't the one that, as the Olympic prep over the last few years and kind of eyeing your roster, he was one that really wasn't depended on, right? He was a hope for guy because he's so young, and he's out there making plays. So Canada's legit, but they've been taken to the brink their last 2 games, right? They needed overtime against Czechia, and then today Finland had a 2-0 lead on them, and I actually think Finland participated in Canada's comeback a little too willingly, right? They to use a football term, played a little prevent defense, right? They didn't keep the pedal to the floor as much, which gave Canada the opportunity to eventually come back and eventually win the game.
Was Ejiro Evero running their defense there?
It felt a little Evero-ish.
Yeah.
It felt a little like, so we're just giving up 8 yards at a time? We're just going to let them have it in the offensive zone all this time? It's what it felt like. So Canada, for as good as they are, and I'm emphasizing, underrate anybody on that roster at your own risk. There's opportunities, right? There's ways they can be beaten.
There's lessons learned in that with Finland's loss. Because, again, there's one thing to, if you want to play defensively structured, hey, we have a 2-goal lead. Let's really be defensively sound. If we have some opportunities to possibly score here, then obviously take it. Speaking of scoring.
Let's go! 6 of them things!
Brady Tkachuk, little breakaway.
Oh, there's Keith Tkachuk getting a little excited up there in the stands, his dad. I think Ottawa would let that guy go.
No. I mean, the price is right.
It'd be a big price.
It'd be a massive price.
I'm just saying, he's big. He scores goals.
He's also not afraid to stir it up.
He's not, and
definitely not afraid to stir it up. That's for
there's
sure.
Quite a few things on that description that I think if you removed his last name, Canes fans would go, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's one of those guys, he's on my team, you're darn right he is.
Exactly.
He's 100% one of those guys. But back to United States could definitely take a lesson from this as well, is it's one thing if you have a lead and you want to play defensively sound, hey, you want to clog up the neutral zone, dump puck in, all that kind of stuff. It's another to be scared. Finland played to not lose the game. As opposed to, hey, let's make the next play in order to ensure that we win. Hey, so let's just sit back and make sure we don't lose. It's a different mindset.
I might not describe it as scared. They looked like they were surprised to be up 2-0.
Yeah.
And whoa, all right, don't mess this up.
Well, I think that's the thing. We're scared to mess this up. We're scared to mess it up.
A 2-0 lead over Canada. Let's try to end this game quick. And it's like, well, the clock's going to be like what the clock is. You know what I mean? It's not ironically, it's not football where the offense can, milk the play clock and actually run less plays to end the game. Like hockey, the clock is what the clock is, right? As much as you want to make it tick faster, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Stay in bounds.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
the clock running.
How funny would that be? It's like you have somebody just all of a sudden takes a knee on the ice and is just like, keep the clock running. That'd be funny. Either way, the United States obviously has kept the pedal to the floor in this one. They had 2 goals in the first period, 3 in the second period, already with another here with still time to play in the third period. So, they don't appear to be using that mindset, but against Canada might be a little different. And, yes, Canada is waiting the winner of this one Sunday morning. Not morning in Italy, but morning here, like 8-something start. So wake up early and get your gold medal hockey game fix in early on a Sunday.
And again, if there's a watch party out there somewhere, please let me know.
At the Fan Rookie.
Yes.
You can send it to at Donnelly Sports as well on Twitter or down in our YouTube live stream comments. Let us know. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We'll keep you updated on that game. Is your TV? Did they just do away with the clock? What's going on here?
Oh yeah, the clock just disappeared. Maybe the clock's running, Tim. It's a running clock.
Did they go mercy rule? Did they go mercy rule? We'll let you know. We'll update you as much as we can on this one. But in the meantime, our own competition also has to take place. It is time for the numbers game. So call in 919-860-5. What happened?
Yeah, Slovakia scored.
Well, that doesn't count because nobody knows how much time's left.
Exactly.
So it'll be 6-2 after they tally that one up on the scoreboard. USA still winning. Call in now, 919-860-5326 for your chance to compete in the numbers game and potentially win a pair of tickets to see Stained with Seether, Hoobastank, and Hinder at Coastal Credit Union Music Park on September 11th. Again, the number to call to play the numbers game. We need 2 contestants, so call in 919-860-5326. 919-860-5326 for your chance to play the numbers game and potentially win the concert tickets. Numbers game next.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Every team has the ability to do it. I hope all 30 teams could learn from that.
They are spending and acquiring every star out there. And what these guys are saying is, yeah, we like it because guys should get paid. And if you want to try to put up guardrails, we're not going to go for it. We are in big time favor of what the Dodgers are doing. And if baseball tries to switch this up, they're going to have a problem.
Mornings from 6 to 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
It's Heart Month. I'm Tim Donnelly, and I'm here with Dr. Andrew Sampson of WakeMed Heart and Vascular. Doctor, in simplest terms, what exactly is a heart murmur, and how do you know if you have one?
So a heart murmur is just turbulent blood flow going through the different chambers of the heart. It can be completely benign, something that has no effect on your health, or it can be due to a heart valve that works inappropriately or incorrectly. And that can be due to either narrowing of the heart valve or a leaky heart valve. You typically are diagnosed with a heart murmur by your primary care doctor who listens to your chest with a stethoscope. Once that has been evaluated and it's been determined that you do have a heart murmur, the next step is typically an echocardiogram or an ultrasound of the heart for further evaluation.
If you have more questions about heart murmurs or anything about your general heart health, go ahead and visit wakemed.org. And keep listening all month for more information and tips about heart health.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Apply stop, opt out.
Mom, can we get snacks?
Unless chips are on sale for $3.99, we're in the snack drought, buddy.
Hey, remember Current? They can get us up to $750 before payday once we qualify.
Wait, $750 of our money now?
Yep, and they're even offering an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Set up an eligible payroll deposit and see if we qualify for an advance. No hassle, no credit checks.
Gummy worms, here we come.
Current has your back with up to $750 in paycheck advances once you qualify. And right now, get an extra $75 bonus when you set up an eligible payroll deposit. Join the millions who count on Current when it matters most. Text BALANCE to 323232 now. That's BALANCE to 323232. BALANCE to 323232.
Paycheck advance is offered by FineCo Advance, LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com. chapelhilltire.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
Hi, friends. This is Mark Ponce with Chapel Hill Tire, and I'm excited to share that our Bailiwick location in North Raleigh at the intersection of Strickland and Six Forks Roads is now open. From routine maintenance to major repairs, our experienced technicians focus on doing the work right and treating you fairly. You get the same trusted Chapel Hill Tire service you know, now closer to home. With 13 locations, there's always a Chapel Hill Tire nearby. Book your appointment at chapelhilltire.com and drive happy.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. It is time to play the numbers game. Our contestants for today, Dave in Fuquay-Varina, David in Durham. Battle of the Dave Davids. As always, we'll bring them both onto the show, ask them the same question. Dennis will pick his favorite answer. That person will get to go first. And then we'll get to it in settling who will win the numbers game and earn themselves a prize of a pair of tickets to see Stained with Seether, Hoobastank, and Hinder at Coastal Credit Union Music Park on September 11th. We'll start with Dave in Fuquay-Varina. Dave, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. As we often ask on Fridays, the question for today is, we have a weekend coming up, right? Friday starts the weekend. What are you most looking forward to this weekend? But because we're a sports show, make sure you keep it sports related.
Gold medal game on Sunday morning.
That's probably the 1 seed. Dennis, any follow-up questions?
None.
All right. We go to David in Durham. David, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. David, the question is the same for you. We are staring at the weekend, with it being Friday and after 5. What are you looking forward to most about the weekend? But because we're a sports show, make sure you keep it sports related.
Well, Dave and I have the same mind and thought, the gold medal game, but also some good basketball games tomorrow.
All right, gold medal and basketball. Dennis, your options are Dave in Fuquay-Varina going with gold medal game, or David in Durham going with gold medal game and tossing in some basketball.
Well, you go initially with the same answer as the person before you. I'm going to go with the person that said it first. I'm going to go Dave in Fuquay-Varina. My apologies. David in Durham, you're going to have to sit there and wait, but Dave.
Not that easy to keep everything straight, is it? Huh?
It's not.
Make me feel better about all the mistakes I've made the last few weeks. All right, so that means the first contestant will be Dave in Fuquay-Varina. Dave, are you ready to pick a category?
Yep.
All right, the categories are NFL players, Panthers throughout history, NFL players that should be in Toy Story, meaning they share something with their name somehow with Toy Story, NBA played in the Paris Summer Games, or NHL Hurricanes throughout history.
Let's do the Toy Story, NFL.
All right, NFL category should be in Toy Story. I'll give you the team and the player. Give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. There will be 30 seconds on the clock, one pass if you need it. Do you have any questions before we get started?
Nope.
All right, your time will start when you hear the horn. Andy Dalton, Carolina Panthers.
4.
Incorrect. Woody Marks, Houston Texans.
23.
Incorrect. Andy Dalton, Carolina Panthers.
14.
Correct. Sidney Rice, Seattle Seahawks.
81.
Incorrect. Woody Marks, Houston Texans.
23.
Incorrect. Sidney Rice, Seattle Seahawks.
82.
Incorrect. Woody Marks. You got one. You got Andy Dalton, right? Right, Andy, on your shoe. You got Andy Dalton. We were looking for 27 for Woody Marks and 18 for Sidney Rice. But 1 is the leader in the clubhouse. Go ahead and stay on the line. We'll see if it holds up. Am I blanking? Why is Sidney Rice in Toy Story?
Sid was the neighbor. Sid was the neighbor kid.
Sid. That, I guess, Sid would be short. You're right. I did not make that connection. Let's jump to David in Durham. David, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. The categories remaining for you to choose from are NFL players, Panthers throughout history, NBA players that played in the Paris Summer Games, or NHL Hurricanes throughout history.
Hurricanes.
All right. confident. I like it. I'll give you the team and the player. Give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. There'll be 30 seconds on the clock. You'll have one pass if you need it. I will say the team in this category, even though you know it, just to keep it fair timing-wise with the other categories. And you need at least 2 for the win, but keep going all the way to the whistle. Perfect scores are worth a little something extra around here. Do you have any questions before we get started?
I'm good.
All right. Your time will start when you hear the horn. Seth Jarvis, Carolina Hurricanes.
24.
Correct. Shane Gostisbehere, Carolina Hurricanes.
7.
Incorrect. Shane Willis, Carolina Hurricanes.
32.
Incorrect. Shane Gostisbehere, Carolina Hurricanes.
9.
Incorrect. Shane Willis, Carolina Hurricanes.
22.
Incorrect. Shane Gostisbehere, Carolina Hurricanes.
6.
Incorrect. Shane Willis, Carolina Hurricanes.
42.
Incorrect. Shane Gostisbehere, Carolina Hurricanes.
8.
Incorrect. Shane Willis, Carolina Hurricanes.
52.
Incorrect.
I know I'm one off on Gostisbehere.
Give us one more try just to see.
I can't remember. No, 5.
Incorrect, but you're in the right idea. It's a single digit. 4.
Yeah.
4 is what we were looking for. He's also worn 41, so we would have accepted either of those. For Willis, 25 or 45 is what we were looking for. Unfortunately, though, that one, there are a lot of Shanes. I just said Shane. 1 is a tie, and tiebreaker is whoever goes first. So you're not the winner, but hopefully you had some fun.
Oh, I did.
All right, go ahead and try again another day.
All right.
There you go. And that means the winner is Dave in Fuquay Varina. Dave, congratulations.
Woo, thank you. Awesome. Great way to start the weekend.
Great way to start the weekend, and you still have to do the entering information part. Stay on the line. Dennis will grab the info, and you will get your tickets to see Stained with Seether, Hoobastank, and Hinder at Coastal Credit Union Music Park this September. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, we got a little scuffle going on in the game here, Dennis. I'm not sure what's going on there, but they're having some pleasantries in the Team USA Slovakia semifinal. The score is 6 for the United States, 2 for Slovakia. Before you start thinking like, don't get mixed up with Slovakia. They have, this is where their road ends. They're playing for a bronze medal tomorrow. So they do have something to continue playing for. They'll be facing Finland and Sebastian Aho tomorrow in the bronze medal match. Looks like it was one of the Kachucks that were mixing it up. Not a huge surprise there. But assuming, nothing absolutely ridiculous happens, the United States will be facing Canada on Sunday, early morning, around 8 o'clock Eastern time for the gold medal match. And obviously that one has a ton of stakes, bragging rights, and everything else that comes along with it. But just got to get through the last 1 minute and 43 seconds to the United States. I also want to remind everybody to please download our app, 99.9 The Fan. I ask you often, but it really means something to us because we put so much work into the content that we crank out on the app, right? So whether it's our YouTube, which you can access from the app, there's writing being done. That's where Max does some of his Maxitology, Max's bracketology. You can catch the podcast. You can catch clips of this show, the Adam Gold Show. Next up with Paul Ihander, all of your favorite teams. 99.9 The Fan is the app. Download it. Google Play and App Store, where it would, depending on which type of phone you have. 5-star ratings in the stores would be greatly appreciated, and we'll go from there. With that being said,
what's up?
Minute 30. I don't want to say I'm stalling, but I'm stalling because I would love to be able to announce a winner before we head to this commercial break.
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk got a 2 minutes plus a 10 for unsportsmanlike conduct. Chernak for Slovakia also got a 10-minute misconduct. Matthew Tkachuk also an unsportsmanlike conduct 10-minute. So they're just kicking guys out.
All right.
Which is what you see sometimes at the end of an NHL game. Like, all right, you know what? This thing's just go to the locker room.
Just go take your pads
Get
off.
out of here. Obviously, it's both the Tkachuks.
The funny part is I said it looks like one of the Tkachuks. It turns out it was both.
It was both.
In Olympic rules, does this have any impact on the next game?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Because it's not a match penalty, it's just a 10-minute misconduct.
You never. Sometimes Olympics have weird like morals and integrity clauses where it's like a personal foul normally. In basketball is like 2 shots, and then in the Olympics it's like you're suspended for 9 games because you hit him on the arm. It's like whoa.
Yeah. So there is the rule that if you fight in the Olympics, it's an automatic ejection, but that doesn't mean there's any sort of Now, the governing bodies like the International Ice Hockey Federation can take a look at it and say, all right, this is deemed suspendable, whatever it might be. So there is that, but otherwise it's pretty much just like the NHL.
All right, Dennis, get ready to fire some music here.
Oh, okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. The United States is headed to the gold medal game.
Let's
Men's
go.
ice hockey. Jack Hughes scored a couple. The United States scored 6 of them things. Slovakia just 2, and both late. And it will be United States versus Canada Sunday, 8:10 a.m. Eastern Time, with the gold medal on the line. And, you hate to think this way, but it does mean the United States has guaranteed themselves at least a silver medal.
Yeah, at minimum.
So Canada also has guaranteed themselves at least a silver medal to just make sure you're not settling for anything. That was a good day for the United States. I thought it was well played. They did what they should have done against the Slovakia team. No disrespect to Slovakia. Not the same pedigree, right? Not the players, not as in their prime, not as highly paid, not as NHL accomplished. So Slovakia, really good run through the winner's bracket of the tournament. They now get to go play in the bronze medal game against Finland, where, again, they will be underdogs.
A team they beat, though.
True.
That's true. They did beat Finland.
Kind of how they ended up with the bracket possibility to get where they've gotten is because of that win. So a good game thus far for the United States, and obviously finished. Final score 6-2. Let's go. There's one more, and it's Canada.
Again, I need to know about a watch party.
Where's everybody
Pancakes
watching?
and pucks.
Where's everybody watching?
Or as someone said, also mimosas and medals.
Mimosas and medals.
Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like we're going full gold member where he's like smoking a pancake, bong in a blitz, pipe in a waffle. Yeah, whatever it is. It's like, slap shot and a scone.
Let's go.
Right? It's got to be face off and a Fig Newton? I don't know. I got nothing. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Credit to Dave for getting the win there and getting the tickets. We have to send you out into the weekend the right way, and that's with making picks, and we'll do that right after this.
Listen for the Get That Out of Here's.
Rejected. Cameron Boozer got a piece. Get that out of there.
The deep looks from downtown.
Arsenault, pull up 3, top of the arc. Buries it.
They got posters.
Shot is up, missed. Hammer time. Put back jam by Lubin.
The road to Indianapolis runs through 99.9. The Fan, driven by Fast Park and Relax, Chapel Hill Tire and Roof Works.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Stay informed with The Rundown, the daily newsletter from High School OT that delivers high school sports news and insights straight to your inbox. Brought to you by High School OT and powered by our sponsors, First Carolina Bank and Smith Douglas Homes. Subscribe to The Rundown at highschoolot.com.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
Leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
So crispy.
So crispy.
And juicy.
And juicy.
So much flavor.
So much.
Stop it. What are you doing?
What? You expect me to get this delicious deal and not say anything?
You're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
With a boldly seasoned leg and thigh, choice of fixin', a biscuit, and legendary iced tea, it's a deal so good it's worth repeating. So eat and repeat while it lasts. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Dine in, drive through, or tap your favorite delivery app and have Bojangles come to you. Satisfy your craving for flavor right now with Bojangles 2-piece dinner. 2 pieces of Bojangles dark meat chicken, your choice of fixin', a biscuit, and iced tea for just $6.99. That's right, just $6.99 for limited time at participating Bojangles. What are you waiting for? When you're hungry, it's always bow time.
See if you're a winner every night.
Watch live lottery drawings on WRAL TV's 11 o'clock news. That's right, Carolina Pick 3, Carolina Pick 4, and Carolina Cash 5 numbers every night on WRAL TV's 11 o'clock news. See if you're a winner before you go off to bed. Get your lottery numbers live every night.
North Carolina Education Lottery.
Only on WRAL TV's 11 o'clock news.
This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Law Tigers. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call Law Tigers at 1-800-LAW-TIGERS before you call your insurance company. Case evaluations are always free, and you don't pay a dime until your case settles. Law Tigers, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers.
This is The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. The United States advancing to the gold medal match, men's hockey, just moments ago with a 6-2 victory over Slovakia. Got that right. They'll be facing Canada, 8:10 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Quick little update on what we have coming up here on 99.9 The Fan. We'll have Overdrive following this show, just as we normally do. But Indiana and Purdue, play-by-play, men's basketball later on tonight right here on 99.9.
That's an 8 o'clock tip-off.
It's another big game. A lot of teams with high aspirations. Purdue, one of the top 10 if you're looking at net rankings. So, and one of the more veteran teams. They returned 61% of their production of their minutes from last season to this season. So, if you're making your bracket and you like teams that with continuity, Purdue might be the squad.
So we have a lot coming up for you this weekend. Obviously, there's Duke and Michigan. Pre-game for that is going to be on that game's on Buzz Sports Radio. That's a 6:30 tip-off. But before that, college basketball. We have a noon tip-off, Creighton St. John's right here on the Fan, and then after that, Arizona Houston. So a top 4 matchup, Arizona-Houston. That tip-off is at 3 o'clock right here on the Fan as well. And then Monday, we have Canes Corner Live, 7 o'clock. Jalen Chatfield.
Jalen Chatty. As the Canes are, I mean, what are we looking at, like 6 days away from their opening
Thursday
game?
next week.
There we go. Less than a week.
And then also on Monday, after Jalen Chatfield, at 9 o'clock tip-off, we have Houston, Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Men's basketball.
Houston is going through a little bit of a gauntlet now, aren't they? They're catching Arizona over the weekend, and then Kansas. Who knows if Darren Peterson will play or if he'll play more than like 9 minutes? You'll have to ask him. But Kansas is still a really good team. All right, Dennis, I have an issue here that you can help me solve.
Okay.
So this week, for the quarterfinal game, you and I drafted goal scorers for the United States men's hockey team, and I won 1-0 with the Quinn Hughes goal.
Okay.
Then today we drafted goal scorers, and you won 3-1.
Yeah, I did.
Jack Hughes was the 2-goal scorer that really ended up being the difference, and also Tage Thompson being held out with an injury changed everything.
Of course,
Just in the third period after he already scored a goal. But I mean, I can't tie. I just refuse to allow it. So I think right now, during this Making Our Pick segment, we have to do a 3-person draft for the gold medal game on Sunday.
Okay.
So at least we have a winner, right? We might not be able to do it on air. We might not be able to talk trash, but I can't end with a tie. It can't be 1-1 games. And I tied with Max too, so I just can't have all these ties. So you're the winner now, so you get to decide who goes first.
I'll go first.
All right, there you go.
All right, so again, we're just drafting U.S. players. This is for Sunday's game only.
Yes, and like not first goal scorers. It's any goals. If they score 2 goals, they get 2 points, and so on and so forth.
I'm going to go with my first pick. I am going to go with, once again, I'm going to go with Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel, all right. This is going to work for me.
Austin Matthews.
Yes. I feel like I'm one of his NHL fans, and I'm just going like, I promise you he does it. Like, I don't know. Every game I don't watch, he scores. Austin Matthews.
Brock Nelson, my next pick.
Interesting. He's not a I don't know if he's been picked before in any of our drafts. I'm just going to go with the all their due team. Give me Jake Gensel. They're not going the whole tournament without making plays, right?
I mean, if you're allowed to kick the puck in, Gensel would have scored today.
He just had to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I would have been reviewed. All right, so I have Jack Eichel. I have Brock Nelson. Let me also add into that mix as well. I'm going to try and spread my scoring out of multiple lines. Actually, give me Zach Werenski again, the defenseman. Give me Zach Werenski. He had 3 assists today.
We should have.
Give me Zach Werenski.
We should have made this a rule. I'm going to follow it as if it's a rule. We should have said you have to have at least one blue liner.
Okay, then I'll take Zach Werenski.
Give me McAvoy.
Charlie McAvoy.
Yes.
All right.
All their due team. First team, all their due. Like, they scored 6 goals today. Austin Matthews didn't score one. He's due. Jake Gensel, definitely due. McAvoy, due. Parlay them together, everybody. They're going to hit. All right, so that's for the gold medal game. We'll hopefully have a winner. If there's a tie, we'll have to settle it maybe with a Canes game or something.
You know, they win 6-2, and Austin Matthews, no goals, no assists. Jake Gensel, no goals, no assists.
So what I'm hearing is...
Matthew Boldy, their line mate, 1 assist.
What I'm hearing is they're due. That's what I'm hearing. And they're going to score a bundle in the gold medal game. They've been saving it.
I hope so.
They've been saving it for the gold medal game.
I hope so.
By the way, I'm seeing pictures of a overhead look at a scuffle between Slovakia and Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
The jerseys are too similar. I can't tell. I honestly don't know looking at this picture. It's from at BBC Sport. Go look at it right now. It's an hour ago. It's an overhead shot. They're getting into a little shoving match right in front of the goal. If I couldn't read the names on you wouldn't know. You don't know where. You have no idea where Slovakia
they're
ends.
all blue helmets.
It's all blue helmets. It's all just red, white, and blue mashed together. You don't know where the Kachuk ends and the Slovakian player begins. That's why it was so hard to half watch. That's why Dennis was firing the celebration music and goals weren't even scored.
Well, hey, Kate, that puck was across the line.
Yeah, but everybody saw it. Even Gensel wasn't celebrating. Either way, all right, we got to rapid fire through some picks here.
All right, let's actually go right into the college basketball weekend. Let's go right into Duke, Michigan.
Duke wins. I think the difference is going to be Duke's defense. Michigan's offense is a monster, but I think Duke gives them more problems than they've had and make them just a little bit less efficient, and it's 76-73. Michigan,
2.5-point favorites in this one, by the way.
It's fluctuated to 3.5 kind of over time.
But it's currently sitting at 2.5 as of right now. Also, let's go to another ACC basketball game. Virginia at home against Miami. UVA, 8.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I think UVA is the better team. I don't know if UVA is built with top-end talent to go on a run to the Final Four, but I think they're a really tough team to beat in the regular season. Ryan Odom's a really good coach. They have some real veteran, their freshmen are 23 years old for UVA. That's the kind of team they're running out there. So yeah, I think UVA wins.
All right, Houston at home against Arizona. Top 4 matchup. Houston, 5.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I think Koa Pete, who is the stud for Arizona, the stud freshman, is out with an injury, and they're going to, minor, not, expected to be back next week or whatever. But if he's out, I think Houston's defense smothers Arizona. Give me Houston.
North Carolina on the road at Syracuse, 1 o'clock tip-off. Carolina, 1.5-point favorites.
Ooh, down to 1.5.
1.5-point favorites on the road.
2.5, 3. I'm going to take Carolina. Part of this is the gambling deal of, if Vasar plays, then I love Carolina there. If he doesn't, I think I still like Carolina, so I'm playing kind of that side. I expect a big game from Jaren Stevenson, right? I think he's coming into his own a little bit as a more centerpiece player with Caleb Wilson out. So Jaren Stevenson, big game up there in upstate New York.
All right, no really other intriguing games in the ACC, or at least involving ACC schools this weekend, because NC State is not playing. Let me actually go ahead and give you another game that's actually going to be right here on the Fan later on tonight. Indiana football school at Purdue. Purdue 7th in the country, fresh off a loss against Michigan. Purdue 11.5-point favorites at home in West Lafayette.
Yeah, I think this is we've seen this a few times in the ACC where a good team gets the better of a good team, and then that good team takes it out on the next opponent.
Yep.
I think Purdue's gonna I don't know, talk trash about Fernando Mendoza or something to get
Right.
if you're Indiana, because you got that over them. But Purdue's gonna do the basketball.
They're like, okay, we have a national championship. All right, last two here. Tomorrow, 2:40 p.m. puck drop. Slovakia versus Finland for the bronze.
I think Slovakia used up their win over Finland. They had one of them and they cashed it in early in the tournament. So Aho scores, Finland wins.
And then obviously the highlight Sunday, Canada, United States.
USA, USA, USA. Of course it's USA. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. I'm not saying Canada's gonna roll over and give it to you. I'm saying the United States is gonna go out there and find a way to take it. Bring it back to the United States. First time since 1980. Mike Eruzione said he's tired of talking about it. He wants this group to win. I said, I hear you, Rizzo. We'll see you on Monday, everybody. Enjoy the weekend.
The Adam Gold Show.
The Wolfpack were super impressive in the win over North Carolina. There is no denying that. They did it the right way. They defended very well, especially in the half court. They got the ball inside. Copeland was dynamite, got a big